That's gross.
And Marcel walked off.
Nah, Lou really did say some wild shit though.
I was just going along with the joke, but
and it had to do with a guy swinging on another guy's penis.
No, that's not what it was.
So are we recording?
He was swinging on his own penis.
Hey, there you go.
Is that
what the episode starts on?
Welcome back, guys.
Is this how we're coming back?
Welcome back, guys, to the Honorable Mention Podcast.
Oh, we're recording?
Yeah, we're recording already. Fuck it. Why waste time?
But that's what I was saying.
I can still make cuts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but Lou's trying to work, but I don't trust it.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys, to the Honorable Mention Podcast. This is episode 90.
Yeah, the Dennis Rodman edition.
What? Why is that number so high? He was.
Was he 90?
He was up there. He was up there.
Oh, so you just saying shit now?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. I'm like, that's football numbers like that. Like, what is that?
When he was on the Mavericks, he tried to use 69, and then the league was like, nah, bro.
Yeah,
why not?
It was like, yo, we see your hair,
Lewis. Yeah. Really?
Well,
it's a number.
We heard about you. Yeah, we heard about your trip.
It's just a number.
You heard about what?
What if that was his number since he was just a kid and shit, and he's been trying to hold the same number? Hey, listen, what if?
That's a wild man. That's a wild man.
His mom should have said something.
I don't.
Mama Rodman should have been like, no.
Mama Rodman.
Mama Rodman. I don't know why that's so funny, but it is.
That's a porn star name.
Mama Rodman. I'm not trying to watch none of that.
Chris.
Hey man, listen. So I support all walks of life.
Big Mama.
As always, I am your returning host.
Yes, you are. Today's episode of the Bang Bus, we got Mama Rodman.
Yo, fam.
And along with me, through the internets, I got my friends. I got James.
Why your voice so high?
I got James. I got Lou, and I got Drum Foo.
What's good, y'all?
Big Foo in the building.
Big Foo, Young Foo.
They call him Bright Yellow.
They call him Egg Foo Young.
Nobody ever called me that.
Just did, nigga.
That's what that shirt looked like.
Yo, I see what kind of pod this could be.
Egg Foo Young with a side of mustard.
It's been a while.
It's been 3 months.
I have a question. Was that keyboard strategically placed behind you, or it was just there before?
Nah, my room is a wreck right now, and
okay.
just tossed everywhere.
Hey, that keyboard was underneath a bed 30 minutes ago.
He know what it is. Keyboard at night.
I lost
keyboard on the white keys.
What? Excuse me?
What? I said he kissed that keyboard on the white keys at night.
Nah, we heard you. It wasn't a we didn't hear you. Excuse me. It was a yo. You could clean this up on this one. I guess not.
It's your keyboard.
I'm
not doing the kissing.
Oh,
he kept
neither am I, son.
This is getting nasty.
Hey man, you know how we
not in comparison to what was said prior to this.
Yeah, facts.
What episode we on, guys?
I'm looking at Louis different forever.
I am too.
What's the name of this episode?
09 in reverse.
Oh,
is that
the episode's called Louis is Nasty?
Louis is nasty.
Nasty. Thank you.
All right, so we're actually doing this pod through Zoom.
First time.
It's been a hot minute. The last time we were all together in the studio was early March, I think.
I think it was March 13th.
Yeah, or like 8th or 13th, some nonsense like that.
I know it was like the week or like 2 weeks after I came back from Texas.
Yeah,
the world fell apart.
Yeah. That's why happens when you go to Texas, man.
Right?
But the barbecue was so good, bro.
Was it worth it though? Was it worth it?
Low key, yeah.
Everything going on outside, it was worth it.
Barbecue that
hope
ended
that brisket
the world.
tasted that good.
Bro, I'll bring you some next time. I'm going back.
No, don't go back again.
Yeah. Don't bring back anything either.
What if he goes back and everything reverses?
I don't know.
We should try.
The world wasn't that much better
I mean, he's not
Got a
wrong.
point. Yeah, like
I mean, we didn't
feel
have
like-
a pandemic though.
Yeah, but I feel like no matter what, we still would have got to where we are today. Like that's
I don't know. Just like that piece of information, it could change the timeline forever if we send him back to Texas. Let's send him to Texas.
The real funny part was that the last episode
He said
we were all-
word.
you know he wants to go back. Look at his eyes.
Just get me more barbecue.
Said, don't tempt me with a good time.
The last time we all did
I
a
don't-
podcast together, we were making fun of Corona. That's the funny part.
Wow.
Oh, we still are.
yeah, fuck Corona.
We just gotta stop talking about stuff on the podcast.
No, listen, man.
Apparently,
That,
5G.
well, how do you expect us to do a podcast, James?
Hey,
This is just like
the world's first silent podcast.
you on
you
or
could just
something.
stone face the for an hour.
The first podcast for the hearing impaired. Look at this, innovators.
Let's do it. I'm with it.
Niggas doing podcasts in Braille.
Yeah. Now yo, Chris doing the merch for that.
I'm staying
Chris
so
doing the merch
far
with
away.
Braille.
Nope.
These episodes like an hour and a half. That's a lot
That
of
niggas
braille.
just touching your chest.
Get to the armpit. That's where all the nasty jokes are.
Oh.
Right there,
Ooh.
right there in the crease.
Why is this bubble wet?
Why is there a bubble?
The Braille.
I don't know if they call them bubbles though.
What?
Braille bubble.
Is
I think
that a
it's just
Braille
called
bubble?
Braille.
I don't
My
think
bad.
that's cool either.
It was either, it
bumps?
was between that or bump. I didn't want to go with bump.
Why is that bump wet?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, why is there a bump in the first place? What's going on?
I don't know how I feel about this. But anyway, yeah, it's been a minute since we were all together inside the studio, early March. And then and I'm not gonna lie, when everything shut down at first, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like those first 2 weeks when no one really knew like really how it spread or like how serious it was. And all that we knew was that the hospitals were filling up really fast and we couldn't get no mask or hand sanitizer. Man, the way I was stuck inside that house, yeah, I didn't even leave my room. It was,
But to this day, I still don't understand what's the correlation with toilet paper? Why was everybody like?
Son,
there's none.
Can anybody
There's none.
explain that to me, please?
they were just
Nah.
getting everything that they could because they were just like scared that everything was gonna come to an end and they wouldn't be able to get out there and get shit.
But toilet
Yeah.
paper, but people was like fighting over toilet paper though.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess people shit a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I go twice
I
a day.
guess. Like,
I'm regular.
Like they don't got a shower next to the toilet.
right?
Yep.
I don't
Wait,
know.
you don't have a shower next to your toilet?
No.
They're acting like they don't.
Lewis don't wipe
Go
his
ahead.
ass. That's what I'm
No,
getting
I
at.
do. That's what I'm saying. If I didn't have toilet paper, I'm not gonna be
Lewis shits
finding
and
some
hops
nigga in
the shower
Walmart.
immediately after.
Lewis
If I didn't have
tries to
toilet
use
paper, I'm
his
not gonna be
showers a
finding somebody in
bidet.
Walmart. I'm gonna just hop in the shower, clean my ass in the shower.
There's no cleaning this up. Same way there's no cleaning that up. Okay.
Wow.
Lewis just put his butt under the faucet.
Oh,
With the slow drip.
oh, yo, I'm never washing my hands at Lewis's place ever again.
I'm never going to Lewis's place. How
Neither is
about that?
Lewis
Like,
apparently.
Wow. Look how you got me.
Look
how you got
I'm trying to justify not fighting over toilet paper here. That's literally all I'm doing.
I need you to fight.
Yeah.
I need you to fight for your right to wipe your ass.
Fight the
What you want me to fight
bowels.
for?
Yep. Fight the bowels.
Fight the bowel. That's you. That's you. Don't put that on me.
Hey,
It's my new group, Public Enema.
the bowels. Yo, that's
Wow.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, that was really
Homebody
good.
homeboy.
That was really
the
good. by
homebody
the way.
homeboy.
God, that was
I
funny.
had time to
He
plot.
he pulled that one out his ass too.
Hey man, that's not the only thing.
That was good too.
Thank you.
You know it's not good. Lewis not wiping his ass.
Wow. I got hella
This
toilet
podcast is
paper.
only good with butt stuff.
That's like one
You
of
got
my.
hella
that-
toilet-
You know that? Yeah, you're right.
Weird flex, but okay. Like that.
Hey,
It is a weird flex, but okay.
but
Yeah, the first 2 weeks.
I seen what you did there, Lewis.
Yeah.
Keep it
This
going.
episode's going downhill.
Yeah.
Going down the toilet.
Going for a minute, now we're back again, and everyone's just like, nah, y'all could have stayed that way.
Keep talking about shit.
No, people already clicked off.
Yeah. It's just us.
This is us. All right.
How your
But
niggas
let me
been?
see.
Wait, it's just us and Marci. That's it.
Nah, she's done. She's gone. She's
Oh,
out here.
man.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's out here. She's out here building my empire,
She gave it
One-
a shot, man.
one beer mug at a time.
There you go. How long it take to make one beer mug?
4 minutes.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
like honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I turn this laptop and put some light in this room, yesterday we did 10.
Okay.
Yeah, we did
Damn.
10 mugs. So like literally like right next to me we have 10 mugs. We did lefty ones, righty ones.
How much
So
are the
far we
mugs?
sold like 3. What happened?
How much are they?
Okay, ready?
Oh, they're like $15.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what? Oh, I guess
Okay.
you just put the logo
Oh,
on.
it
on the
one
opposite
some
side,
froze
side.
up a little bit. Up.
Huh?
I'm good.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, we're all good.
All right. Now what happened?
When you say lefty and righty, it just means the logo's on the opposite side.
Oh, like
Yeah.
you're
So
holding
when
it-
if you hold it with
Oh.
your left hand, you'll see
Okay.
it as opposed
Yeah.
to hold it with your
Because
right
in my
hand.
head, I was like, well, you could just rotate it. It was like, oh, but if
The
you
logo-
rotate it, the logo is just not visible.
I
Yeah.
got it though.
And then I didn't want to
Shout
put
out
it
to
on
us.
both sides. So basically, like with making like these mugs, it's a fun activity. We set up like a little sweatshop in my room, and
Yeah, you
basically we
did.
got-
I didn't want to be the first one to mention it.
Yeah, you see him trying to move through it, just like actually talk
Yeah,
about
he
the
was.
process.
Yo, he knew he fucked up when he said it like that.
Anyway,
but
go on.
yeah. So she has like this little machine called a Cricut, and you can make like vinyls and stickers and all that stuff. So she made these little stencils, and then we got I don't know, but it's basically. So etching cream. There you go. Etching cream.
Way different from acid, but okay.
No, but it technically is acid. Like you read the label, it's like, yo, wear goggles, wear gloves, wear a mask, don't let it touch your skin, or else. And I'm like, or else what? And they're
Some
like,
Breaking
yo,
Bad
just
shit.
or else.
So how much did you sip?
Man, I'm on my 3rd bottle.
Why you think it's in the dark? Why you think it's in the dark, son?
Yeah, I have no face. My face is gone. Like,
Nigga look like Dr. Doom right now.
But yeah, so you put the stencil on the cup, and then like you brush this acid on, and it like burns the glass. So it like that's how it etches into the actual glass.
Oh.
So I guess that's how they do it, or like machines. I don't know.
How many glasses
But,
did y'all mess up before y'all got it right?
None.
Great question.
Not a
Oh,
one.
okay.
What?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say like at least
It's-
like one.
It's like preschool arts and crafts, only you have acid. Like it's pretty cool.
It's not really different from arts and crafts when I was in school.
Yeah, your school.
School Marcell was
What
wild.
school did you go to?
Public school was wild in Laurelton.
Yeah.
Ma'am, your son keeps coming to preschool on acid. I don't know what's going on
Wow.
at home.
Wow.
You know, like in you know how in like preschool they make you make like snowflakes out of construction paper.
Yeah.
Marcel was making it out of like asbestos and like paint chips.
I was living life, bro.
That's what we call
Oh,
it.
shit.
All right.
Oh man, but yeah, it's a fun thing, and that's mainly it. Other than that, and I don't know, watching TV. I can't.
You haven't made
Everything-
any other new shit?
No, the reason I haven't made any new like actually homebody merch and stuff like that because the vendor that I use since this like whole like pandemic shit started, it pushed back production on everything.
Oh,
So because I get my stuff made in a warehouse, they have to abide by certain, I guess, laws of that state.
Mm-hmm.
So it pushed production back like 20 days. And so it's like, it's crazy. But I'm not going to lie. I've had more people order things now during this pandemic than they did before. And I'm telling them that I'm like, yo, just so you know, it's going to take about 20 days to fulfill. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's fine. And I'm like,
Okay.
oh, all right. I
Give me your
guess.
money.
Yeah, like
It doesn't matter. Like they ain't got nowhere to go.
yeah, and I'm like, all right, sure, but that's it. I'm waiting on my t-shirts for the summer to come, but I'm like, yo, by the time these shits come, it's gonna be September. Like this.
Just waiting on my
For
face
next-
mask. That's all I'm waiting for.
Summer 2020, 2021.
I'm waiting for that because now that Marci has the vinyl joint, we ordered like the little reusable face mask shit. So I'm waiting for that to come in too.
Okay.
And I checked yesterday and the shit was in Los Angeles after it told me it already made it to Jamaica. So I'm like, all right.
No, they
I
meant the
guess I'ma
country.
I'm gonna just continue to wait. I don't know. It just said Jamaica. I don't know if it meant Jamaica,
That shit
New
was in
York, or
Kingston.
Kingston. Yeah, like where I'm like, all right, man. As long as you make a U-turn, make it back here, then we good.
Facts.
But what
Any
about
man
y'all? What
sending your shit back to you right now?
where they're gonna send me back up like a box of bananas or some shit like that.
We are nice people. We are Jamaica.
They send you a Louis Vuitton banana.
And some bananas.
Yeah,
It's just a picture of me that says Vuitton on the bottom.
yeah.
I'd be so tight.
Yo, that's an amazing joke right there.
That's
I try.
designer joke.
Call me the designer.
No, they don't. Only you call you that.
Yeah.
He answers the phone like that. It's like, yeah, designer speaking.
I'm like, sorry, you having a seizure?
Independent.
Oh man, but what about y'all? What y'all been up to since the
Yo,
world shut down?
I finished watching Flash, which I'm excited about.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, you told me about that yesterday.
Yeah, but I didn't tell them about
He
it.
didn't tell
Yeah, I don't
them.
care now.
Oh,
all right.
James,
I mean,
they don't
Luce is
care
there too.
But
They do care because it's a fire show.
Yeah. I finished Ozark. I finished
I got watching that.
which one?
Oh, I gotta start watching Ozark again. I didn't watch the third season. I've seen 1 and 2.
No, Ozark was
made it
fire.
I made it through like halfway the second season, and then I was like, this show is way too dark. Like literally, like the lighting, and it's
Yeah.
like it's just making me depressed. So I can only
You got
watch
a
that
blue
show
hue
on
over everything.
Yeah, I can only watch it on sunny days to like balance it out.
What?
Nah, because remember like in
mad happy outside to go watch
Nah.
Ozark.
now remember like April, we had like 2 weeks of just clouds. I was like, I can't watch this fucking show. Like,
So you wouldn't watch it right now? You're saying?
I mean, I'm on to bigger and better things now, man. I'm watching DuckTales and shit. Like,
Okay.
Okay.
crazy.
You right?
Yeah.
I watched All American. That was dope.
All American is like it's like Diet Compton. It's like it's
Yeah.
it's like PG hood joint.
Yeah. It
But
was
yeah,
Friday Night
I
Lights
would-
meets Party of 8 meets Boys in the Hood. I said Party of 8. I meant Party of 5.
Yeah, I'm like, where'd you find the extra 3 people?
Did y'all watch On My Block?
Pulled up.
You watch On My Block?
I watched
On
like
My
the
Block
first
is
2
fire.
episodes. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was good.
On my block is like a good binge show. I like.
Yeah, I binged.
I hope they get a season 4.
Hopefully, but it's like with this whole pandemic thing.
Wait, they got 3 seasons already?
yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
God damn.
them kids grow. I think they're doing it like high school, like
Yeah.
each year, because they're growing up fast. But the only thing, I watched. Oh no, Lewis said he watched the first 2 seasons. But the whole thing with On My Block is I just didn't like the last episode of season 3 for like one specific character because it just wasn't believable to me. Cause like they did like a little time, they did the thing where they do a time jump
Mhm.
where they're, hey, we could wrap up here, or if we get a season 4, we'll just show you how we got to here. And it was just weird for like one dude where it's just like, you're like one of my favorite characters, and I've been watching you, and you just did like a complete 180.
You talking about with
And
Caesar?
even, yeah, see, there you go. And
Yeah.
even where he left off, I didn't see going to like that extreme.
Yeah, like with the way it went with him and with Spooky, and I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's what got me wearing got me wearing. That's what got me watching that show. I was like, yo, there's a dude named Spooky on it. Yo, I'm in.
That's what sold him.
Yeah.
Chris is an easy sell.
Yeah, a cholo named Spooky. Yo, I'm with it, Holmes.
No,
I do
no
see
locked
that,
doors.
man.
Let's ride out, fool.
Let's go kill these
Yo, call
bitches.
Spooky.
I can't front this whole pandemic thing with shows. Like after they continue, a lot of the shows is gonna have to think of throw whatever script they had out and think of some new shit. Like if you think of like Stranger Things, what's Stranger Things gonna do? Because the kids,
whatever they were planning on doing next.
yeah, but the kids are gonna be like, are they gonna have to fast forward the whole plot?
I think they planned on doing that anyway.
Oh, okay.
Show.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them hit that growth spurt.
Yeah.
And I think now it's easier because the way the last season of Stranger Things ended was that the quote unquote death of Hopper.
Yeah.
And even though well, actually, no, we already got it's coming this season. We already got a trailer. So that one's done.
Oh,
Yeah. We got a trailer in like
you're right.
February. Yeah. Or around like Super Bowl time. Yeah. But all I was gonna say was I was like, oh, they can time skip 2 years and be like, oh, Hopper's been gone for 2 years and this is where we're at now. Because that was one of those shows that kind of like did the open-ended ending thing. But like I was telling James yesterday, shows like Flash and all the CW joints, because they kind of like filmed episodes, like the way they filmed and aired, they were kind of like close together. It's not like, oh, we filled a whole season and just put them out every week. Those two production schedules are kind of close together, and they ended 3 episodes early and just kind of like had to wrap it up. And then I watched this podcast with Grant Gustin and Michael Rosenbaum, and they were speaking on it. And all he said was, yeah, when they come back, they have those 3 scripts that they could either shoot, or they don't know if the writer rooms are just going to like scrap it. And
damn, I hope they don't scrap it, because I want to know what happens to Iris.
Go home for 3 months.
Not that one. Not that one.
We've been home for 3 months,
bro. I've been doing shit. Well, y'all been home for 3 months. I've been at work.
Oh, you still got to go to work?
Essential personnel.
You've been swinging the hammer,
loser. I've been home. I've been trying to get fired so bad. That shit is not working, dog. Like,
they love you.
They keep emailing me. Yo, it got all right. So my job closed. So my boss was like, yo, I'm just gonna email like the arts and all that stuff to your personal email. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And then he started FaceTiming me because he didn't know how to operate the my computer. Like, he kept going into the office, and I'm like, all right, I don't like you just FaceTiming me randomly throughout the day. So
Chris showed up on FaceTime with a wife beater and a do-rag on.
That ass. I picked up. I was like, yo,
oh, what you want? What you want?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yo. So I ended up going into the office like twice. And it's scary in there. It's crazy. But I'm kind of hoping that, well, I was kind of hoping that he would just be like, yo, we're running out of money, can't afford to pay you, but when this is all over, your job is secure, blah blah blah. That way I could collect this extra $600 in COVID money. But
if you could get it, nigga. That's what happened to me. Like, when it first happened, like I got that call, like, yo, we can't pay you, but you've got job secure. I tried to apply 3 times. That shit just kept freezing on me. But I'm back
the
now.
Unemployment?
Yeah, but I'm back now. So
I've heard
so
a lot of
doesn't even
people
matter,
say,
right?
like, yo, unemployment shit was just bugging on them. Because, like, I'd imagine that's how that would go, because so many people.
It was 3 million. 3 million people.
At one time, yeah. And if your site is operating on like Netscape, then
which
I don't think there's any website designed to handle that kind of traffic.
Pornhub,
like, out of nowhere. Well, yeah.
But you would think a site like that would be, because like it's like, yo, what if something like that happened?
I wouldn't think that.
Like,
yeah,
it's a government site. I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's a government site designed. They don't want to give you the money. They don't want to give.
Oh,
you free
yeah, they
money.
definitely don't.
Yeah. So
no, but luckily I always saved up mad money, so I was good. I didn't even care. I was just chilling at home for like 8 weeks.
Nah, my girl got it, and I was like, yo, I'm like, oh, so you buying food today? And every other day?
Yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah.
it was crazy.
That's where that printer came from.
Yeah, son. She kept buying stuff. She didn't tell. I'm snitching, but she didn't tell her family that about the unemployment boost
Smart
because
move.
like they were still working and they were just gonna hit her for money. And I was like, yo, work, keep that on the low. So I was like, yo, if you ordering all this stuff, because she ordered a printer, she ordered like this Cricut, she ordered a bunch of stuff, and I was like, yo, just say I bought it for you, or just
Sugar
order
daddy.
it to my house.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll slip it in. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
how
will.
she got Yeah, that's how she got away with it and stuff like that.
You
Until
know,
it was kind of
now it makes sense because she had the Gucci mask on, and I'm like, yo, Marci hit a lick.
nigga, that's not real Gucci. That's
He saw her make it.
Cricket. Yeah, she put it on
You
TikTok.
could have
Like,
just ran with it, Chris. It'd be like, yeah,
it's
hey,
on-
stupid nigga.
it's on her
Believe,
TikTok.
During this whole shit though, because like a whole bunch of people at my job got COVID, so they've been sending us home to quarantine every time that happens. I had enough time to make an album.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
Even though I
like,
already had one, so now I just have a second one that's coming out before the first one.
Woo! The prequel.
Yeah, I mean,
Prequel, the prequel
Okay.
to the Quill.
Yes.
I never understood that.
What,
Like
prequel?
prequel. Yeah, like
And sequel.
just the word
Yeah.
prequel.
Quill.
Oh, like
And then Quill?
The main one is just a quill, I guess.
Because isn't a quill
Yeah.
like that little feather pen?
Nah, that's the dude from Guardians.
Which I don't know which one of us had a worse answer.
It's a tie. It's a tie.
So when's
Like, if this was my first episode as a listener, I'd be like, damn, these hosts are retarded. These niggas are legitimately mentally challenged.
Yeah, we're on episode
welcome.
90. and I'm
Stay a little bit.
pretty
Get
sure
comfortable.
there's still people that feel that way.
That's
Yeah.
probably that's
People
probably
that
the
know
only
us feel
reason why
that
they
way.
listen. Sophia just turned off like, yo, these niggas stupid. I hate it.
Stupid. Well, I'd be like, all right, yeah, you don't know how to make drinks.
Oh!
Hey, back like we never left.
Oh!
Yeah, word. Gotta come back with the Sophia.
Sophia's tweet segment.
Just cause she over there minding her business. She's like, oh my God, good for them. They came back. Yeah,
Shots fired.
Listening to
Wait
the
till you get
episode
to-
like, these niggas, I swear to
Wait till
God.
you get to 28 minutes.
Oh man.
But yeah, the quarantine. I'm pretty much settled into quarantine life. It went from being cooped up in my room to just like walking around with a thing of hand sanitizer in my back pocket and a mask and just still doing whatever I want, which isn't much. Like my life hasn't changed much from before to after. I've seen people just lives crumble. Like they're fucking losing it, bro. And me, I'm just like, all right.
During like that early portion, there were so many people that were just like, yo, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm so bored. I'm just like, damn, son. I've been watching every episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because I didn't watch those first 2 seasons. This shit is amazing. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm
definitely,
loving
yeah,
this.
you definitely find shit to watch. I caught up on mad shows, but I guess I understand. Like you just sitting there. The only thing you have to do to distract yourself from all the news that kept pumping out into the world and on your all your feeds and all that stuff, and not knowing when you're gonna get back to regular life or if regular life was going to be a thing, or you had to worry, oh my God, do I have this deadly virus and I don't know, and then oh my God, did I pass it on to my mom?
Yo,
And,
real
oh
quick,
my God,
how many times did y'all think y'all had it?
I definitely had it.
I haven't thought I had it
don't
once.
think
Not yet.
I 100
I don't
I 100%
think
I
I
had it.
did, but there was definitely a time period where I wasn't feeling the greatest, but the symptoms weren't the same.
I lost smell and taste for like 5 days straight.
Yeah,
that
you
was
had
it.
it.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And that's
Ileana
never
had it.
happened to me before. Did
So,
she?
like, yeah, there was like
Like-
a good actually before last week I hadn't seen her in person since the last podcast that we had.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because like I was an essential worker, and I'm around so many
That's a wild
random
flex on the text
people.
right there.
Right.
It's
That
really
is.
not.
No, but to her, like, yo, baby, I gotta go to work. I'm essential. You know what it is.
Nah, like she got mad rants about me being like, yo, I really shouldn't be working right now. My job's not that important. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well, she cares.
Oh, so
Yeah.
she's just gonna shit on a hard-working man? Nah, that's
Nah, she was just
Marcel
running
might
around
like that. I
nervous.
don't know.
oh running around there. But does she have to work?
Nah, I mean she's been working from home,
Mm.
which I don't understand because she's a therapist and all of that shit is like person to person. But like she's been doing like phone
FaceTime.
therapy sessions and shit.
Oh
No, those are but like no, those make sense because now we have even before pandemic, we have like things like Talkspace.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Talkspace was just like where
After
you
all
could
of-
just like message your therapist. Shit like
After
that.
all of this, I think I'm probably gonna try to go to therapy.
Oh, it's dope, yo. Like especially like the
You
message
going?
joint.
I
I've
was
done
thinking
it
of doing
like
the same
I've done
thing.
it a few times.
Mm.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Especially since like you don't have to really change your schedule to do it. You could do it from home if
Okay.
you're like a little bit apprehensive. I think it helps break the ice when you just don't have this stranger sitting there looking at you in the face.
My thing's always been like, I know I could do it, and I know like it's good to do it. I just every time I imagine that first session, I always think like I wouldn't even know what to say to this person. Like I don't know how to start that discussion.
I think I think that's understandable, and I think that's like a common thing. At that point, it would probably like your therapist or whatever would probably know the best way to engage or start because you probably wouldn't be the only one who's just like, all right, how do we do this? And they're like, how do you want to do this? And then,
see that right there would just
my bad.
be like,
yo,
I'm paying
this
for
therapy.
this.
What kind of therapy is this?
What's the screen did you get?
Trash.
Yo, what's the link to that one?
I'm paying for premium, son. Like this is all I'm getting.
Talkspace Premium.
What's the regular ad?
Stay at home hub. That
I
was
get more out of OnlyFans in this, bro.
Talkspace.
OnlyFans goes and make it bang too.
Yo, imagine a world where you got like a therapy place that's also a strip club.
That's a strip club, nigga.
Yeah, tell me about it.
A lot of dudes. That's just
that's
the club.
I want to say that's sad, but then it's just like I guess like whatever gets you through.
Yeah.
Right? Like whatever keeps you going and not snapping.
Yeah.
Damn. What were you talking about before this?
This nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He said this. Right before we got onto
the conversation just
therapy
went
thing.
to this.
Oh no. But what I was saying, I think I had COVID because I lost smell and taste for like 5 days, and then I couldn't see like my girl because Marci's mother is a nurse. She's like a nurse and like a supervisor, like over there in like somewhere in Long Island. I don't know. And then she got it. Yeah, and I had to bring Marci to go get her mother, and she had it bad. She was out for like legit 2 weeks. The congestion, the phlegm and mucus all in her chest and stuff like that.
Oh shit.
So during that time, at that point, I was running around and doing like grocery shopping and stuff for like from my house, their house, my grandmother, and I'm like double. I like the smoke shop that I go to. They had medical masks for like $10, so I bought a bunch. So now I'm wearing 2 pairs of gloves. I got my Lysol disinfectant wipes. I'm waking up at 6 a.m. to make it to the grocery store at 7, so it's not a lot of people. It was like this whole thing. And now, like fast forward to now, I'm like, yo, Amazon Fresh, dog. Like, just drop that shit off the front door. I'm gonna wipe it down, maybe put it in the fridge. Maybe.
Yo, I'm so glad I'm not the one that's supposed to do that in my household because I wouldn't.
Nah, I did that in my household.
So
Yeah,
I'm lazy, bro.
Nah, that's me. And then after that, that's when with all this like COVID money that she's getting, this is when she decided to buy a car. And then I was like, yo, if you're gonna get a car, I'm gonna get a car. Because I had to bring my shit back anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Son,
Now we operated on Atlanta rules. You just do whatever you want.
no disrespect to her.
But the way Marcel asked though, yo, but can she drive though?
Nah, because Chris said he'd never let her drive. So I'm
like you painted the picture in a certain way.
Yeah, I don't let nobody drive me. I'm just a very paranoid person. That's on me. That's not her. But yeah, she got her license in February, I think. And then she got.
I didn't even think she had her permit the way you painted the picture.
Son, he painted that picture crazy, right?
Yo, yeah, like.
All right, it's not just me.
All right, okay.
I mean, still didn't change anything. She was like, "Can I drive?" And I'm like, "Nah." Like, I just don't like. Well, first of all, no one drives my car. That's my car. No,
so you guys got two separate cars? I thought you guys went in on the same car.
No, why would I do that?
They don't even live at the same place.
Only Lewis thought that.
No, because I haven't seen Marci's car, so I've only seen Saba. So I thought that y'all went in on Saba.
Well, if the two of them are going to the same place, you know he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go anywhere without driving.
No,
I've seen Chris in the back seat before.
Connections.
That's not where he wants to be.
Hold on, pause real quick.
Yeah,
you good, Chris?
It's not. Yeah.
No.
Okay,
not.
cool.
He said, I thought y'all went half on Saba.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah.
So what did Marci get?
So you thinking for like my third car and be like, you know what? After 8 years,
yo, I think
let's just go have fun a car.
I've been able to afford the past two, but this third one's too
Sunday
crazy.
through Wednesday.
Like if you
got the 2-for-1 at Subaru.
Froze again.
If you're gonna do that, get a Tesla or something.
The 2-for-20.
You got the 2-for-20 at Subaru. We're still hooked you up.
I can't front. That's not bad though. That's not bad. 2-for-20. 2-for-20 at Subaru.
Going half on the Subaru.
No. Two cars
for 20,000.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know Buscello got the hookup. Papa, I got you. You got a permit? It's okay, Papa. It's okay. It's okay. You can drive with a permit.
Yeah, you know that car dealership is wild Dominican.
Wow.
Wild Yo, I'm making a food truck called Wild Millie.
I tried to move past it, yo.
Nah, that's an idea.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Definitely cut both of those whips in the Bronx.
In Sentra.
Okay.
A white one.
Okay.
Oh,
y'all did the white on white.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Now listen to this. All right. So she always wanted a white car because she was like, oh, white cars just look fancy and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever, cool. She's not wrong, but I was like, all right, cool. So she kept looking for a white joint. So as she's looking, I'm like, you know what? My lease is about to be up in September, and I'm like 5,000 miles over like this joint. So I was like, let me see what my options are. And basically, the bank wouldn't let me switch over to finance because of COVID. I don't know why, but that's just what they said. And they even made it like an automated message. They was like, yeah, right now, whatever you got, you stuck with it. Just bring it back and figure it out. Essentially.
That makes sense. The economy is in such a wild place. Like letting anyone finance anything is wild risky.
Exactly. So they're like, yeah, yo, we're giving out whatever. We're giving out checks and we're giving out unemployment. Figure it out. So I was like, all right. So now I went back to my dealership and I was like, yo, what are my options? And they told me something wild because they weren't even financing. They had just opened back up, and you could only go to car dealerships by appointment, and you could only do test drives after they ran your credit. Because there was like, yo, because they wanted to limit the amount of people in and out of cars and all that stuff. And so I was like yo, that's fine.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
That's
like,
good.
Damn. Yeah, it's good for like keeping the germs in, but it's kind of bad on you because I'm like, yo, you telling me that I can only go through appointment and I don't even know if this car actually runs like well and stuff like that.
Yeah. So,
the first dealership I went to was the dealership I got like my old car Grayson from, my old Impreza, and they sold me some bullshit. They told me some bullshit. So I went home and I called another dealership, and it was like, yo, how much did they want? And what did they say they would do for you? And I was like, yo, we'll give you the premium. But like, we'll upgrade you to the premium, same price. And I was like, all right, cool. I guess I'm going with y'all.
Yeah.
And then that's basically what happened. But the only trick was the only one he had left on the lot was a white car. So we got tricked into having white on white, and she was ecstatic, and I hated every minute.
I
of
already
it.
know.
I was just gonna ask you, son.
Yeah, she was like, you should get a white car. It'd be so cute. And I was like, I will leave you in the dust. Like, I will race you for pink slips right now. There's no one on the cross island. Let's go.
When I saw your new whip was white, I was just like, did he do that on purpose? Like,
Nah,
did you want this?
I didn't. I don't mind it. I'll say this. I don't mind it now, but I didn't want to do it because she wanted me to do it. It was like one of those.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Yo, how y'all been dealing with not being able to go to a car wash? I am stressed.
Fam.
I didn't go before.
I had to,
Like,
I
don't
had
know
to
what
wash
to
my
do.
I had to wash my car in the yard because it got to a point my car was disgusting.
I don't have a yard. I be out here praying for rain. Son. Like, you catch me in the front of my building doing a rain dance. Like,
my son come out of his lobby with a bucket.
son, there's some dude in my neighborhood I saw washing his whip in the rain because he needed the extra water. I was just like,
It's a smart
bro, I
man.
feel
That's
you.
sad. That's
Yo,
sad.
this shit got me like I had to go to I had to find a gas station that had the vacuum section. So I went and vacuumed my car first, and then I took it home and I washed it.
Son,
And
yesterday I just realized that gas stations have the little car wash shit.
Yeah,
where you
they
do
do.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's like I'm new to owning a whip, so I just never paid attention to any of that shit.
It's specific ones though.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now I gotta
Yeah.
find one in my hood because I got too many trees in this neighborhood. My car is covered in pollen.
Yeah, mine is
Yeah.
too. But I'm like, yo, it's gonna stay like that. BP, if you got a BP by you, they might have the BP
I
by
do.
me has one. Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a
Check it
ball
out.
piece, they got it.
Wash your car with your ball piece, son.
Don't wash it unless you want pollen on your ball piece. Then
Son,
that's different.
That's a lot of chafing going on.
But yeah, I don't really wash my car the outside like that because I feel like every time I spend money on it, it's just gonna rain and I'm gonna get upset. So I was just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm like, who's gonna judge me? A pedestrian? Like,
Oh.
like shut the fuck up, you little shit. Fuck what you think. It's a pandemic, you bastard. That's my new excuse.
I've been using that a lot too. Like, yo, it's a
Hell yeah.
pandemic. What you want?
What you
Yeah,
want? What you want from me?
But when I got the card, they offered me a little card for like a year of free car washes. Marci said it's one a month. I didn't hear the dude say one a month. So whenever I get the card in the mail, I'm about to test this motherfucker out. But they give you like full detail inside and out.
Oh,
So I was like, oh yeah,
once
fuck
a
that,
month.
fuck
If
it.
they do that once, that's amazing.
Yeah, even if it's once a
That's
month,
good.
that's worth it.
Yeah, that's worth it to me. But like with this car, I'm paying like $130 more a month.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was like, oh, great, more expenses during the pandemic. I was like, yay me, I guess. Like cool.
I was just about to say that it's not that bad, but then I was just like, nah, anything more than what was already happening kind of sucks.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
Right now.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst. I kind of break even because at the same time I did it, I was able to pay off the rest of my student loans.
Oh,
So the money I was going
okay.
towards that goes towards
shit.
this. Plus the fact that it's a 2020 and they come standard with like that collision bullshit that you see in all the Subaru commercials
Mhm.
where it's like, oh, we're going 20 miles per hour and then the car just stopped. And I'm like, who was that killing? But anyway,
Not a soul.
yeah, right. It comes with that. So being that that's standard, my insurance went down. Like
Oh, okay.
the-
Okay.
right. So it's like the difference between that, it's just going towards this now. So I was like, all right,
Okay.
yeah, cool.
Not
I could manage for now. But once the world opens back up, selling drugs.
I need shit to open
Okay.
back up so I can get
Count
new
me in.
speakers in my whip. Cause like I know OD posted it on Instagram, but I really did blow out my speakers in my car.
Oh, those were your
Listen,
speakers?
in the-
Those are his speakers.
Nah, like my
Damn.
speakers just stopped
How?
working. There's a lot of bass in that one song.
Bass Ventura. That's what they.
I was like,
that's
all
good
right,
for
cool.
marketing.
I was like, yo, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go on the whip. I'm gonna listen to the new singles, and like, it got to that one joint. My shit just like, I was like, oh, all right.
Y'all smell smoke?
Like now, I can use the speakers in the front, but I can't put it over a certain volume, or otherwise it starts saying like, yo, you wildin', fam.
It sounds mad distorted, I guess.
It's like you hear this static coming, and I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm just turn this whole shit off, and I'm gonna drive in
Damn,
silence.
I've never heard of anybody blowing their car speakers.
Marcel's
Yeah.
Marcel's mixtape is that one meme that you see the car on fire is that, yo, you played your mixtape.
My sister blew out I think like the left speaker on my dad's car.
Oh
once.
How?
Yeah.
She, you
just
drinking champagne, bro?
No, this is
That's
Stella.
Stella.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
It's a champagne of beers.
I saw the bottle, and I saw the wrapper around.
That's what they said. That's not me. That's what Stella said. Stella and them said that.
No, they did it. No, they did. That's how Stella got her groove back.
Yo, that was great though.
Stella's groove is nasty. She wild off beat.
The Stella Artois.
Hey, yes.
I'm not mad at
They
that.
use the little
slogan.
knife, you know, the little knife at the top with it, to get the foam.
I like that.
You seen the commercial? Don't
yeah.
front.
Yeah.
I've only seen the most interesting man in the world commercials. I don't know what you talking about.
I missed those.
No, that's
I
Dos
don't.
Equis.
They got the new guy.
Hey, they all whack, so it don't matter.
Oh yeah, they got the new guy that looks like a diet milk Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the new Jake from State Farm either.
Chris Paul?
I ain't like the old Jake from State Farm.
Nigga
don't
said
like
Chris
State-
Paul.
Yeah, like
Corny white man, a corny white man. Nigga, I don't care.
No, this is a corny black guy. now.
Alfonso Ribeiro?
Oh.
Like who are we talking about here?
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
a-
the only commercial I've seen. Is the one with Chris Paul,
Alfonso?
Alfonso Ribeiro.
Yeah.
Yo,
And-
speaking of that, speaking of that,
Who was his name
segue,
again?
Alfonso Ribeiro.
Oh, I know him. Than them. Yeah, I got you.
Blame it on the whiskey.
but speaking of that segue, y'all downloaded HBO Max?
Hell yeah.
Not yet.
What's the
waiting
first
for
thing you
Doom
watched? What's
Patrol.
the first thing you watched?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, baby. I'm on season 2 already.
They got Fresh Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got Fresh Prince. They got Harry Potter. They got all the Cartoon
that
Network
was
joints.
never on HBO.
Facts. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
That's why I'm lost.
Yeah,
They got the license, though.
They got.
All right, put me on. What else they got?
The first thing I watched was Dexter's
Friends.
Laboratory, and I watched the I'm gonna do for the Maj episode.
Oh, they got Dexter.
Do they own Cartoon Network?
Yeah, it's Cartoon Network's part of the whole
Warner Brothers.
package.
That's a wild thing to have. Like that's a good one.
They got anime on it too. They got
I-
some anime on it.
Pony. They got Pony. They got
Genuine?
yeah, some other shit.
I didn't know what it was called.
It don't really matter. Like when you
They
got like
Pony, I'm like,
My Little.
My Little.
like,
It's
you
either
supposed
My
to-
Little or Genuine.
You're
Like,
supposed to be
it's either
selling
or.
me on this. That's not what's happening.
Not
You
my
got, you
bad.
got all the Harry Potter joints.
Yeah, when you got Crunchyroll, it don't matter what animes they got.
But
So
I
it's
got-
like, whatever.
I have all of the anime I could ever want. I'm good.
Yeah.
That nigga animate out.
That's
Oh,
really, really all I've been watching. Anime and Vikings.
Yeah.
We know. We can tell by the mutton chops.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, if all the black characters in anime got mutton chops, I could probably pull it off.
You know what though? You
Anime
are
and
pulling it off. though. I give you props.
Thank you.
That's what he said. Anime and Vikings ended up with mutton chops.
Son,
A wild
first time I
mix.
saw my girl, she ain't say nothing. I was like, it's a wrap. I'm rocking these forever.
Oh man. But yeah,
Yo,
HBO Max
oh, shit.
is it's good for the most part now because I got my Fresh Prince. After I
Because of
finished
one
that,
show.
that's worth $15.
I paid for the one show. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not, Chris.
to me
It's
it
really
is.
not, son. You
Fresh
could
Prince
probably
of
buy
Bel-Air.
every season of that show for $15.
No, definitely not. How dare you disrespect
Alright,
my father like
hold on.
that?
Wow. That escalated.
You got
Like,
adopted
somewhere
mid
where I'm
mid
like-
curse out.
The series is
I like his
probably like
actual
100.
dad so much, I don't want to say anything.
There you go.
Now he sleep. Sorry.
Shout out Mr. Wall.
You in the
Smith.
basement?
Yeah, I said that at the beginning. But
Is there any chance that he might come down there with his laptop again?
Hey man, why you gotta bring up old shit? Why you gotta bring up old shit? But yeah, I got HBO Max because of all the original shit that's coming. I don't know now, whenever the fuck it comes.
I got enough
Anytime
streaming
the Disney Plus
services.
joint come. What'd you say? Jim?
Yeah, we're supposed.
So I got enough streaming services.
Yeah, facts.
I got a lot.
He just means OnlyFans.
Yeah, word. Yeah, they put Batwoman up there, so I might watch that. Because what else do I have to do? They have a bunch of they have all the Batman movies. Name a Batman movie.
That's
Niggas
good.
got it up there.
Yeah, the
So I
don't got Man of
series
Steel,
is
though.
$60. So you were right.
Yes, see? So I was like, whatever. They're supposed to be getting a Green Lantern show eventually. Everything's pushed back. We're supposed to get the Snyder cut of the Justice League, but next year.
When I saw that, I was like, yo, I'm 1,000,000% in to watch that. I even texted you about it.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even one of those nerdy fanboys that was like, yo, I need the Snyder cut. But since it actually exists and his team's
if
like,
they're
yo,
doing it and I get it for $15,
I'm in.
sure. What? I don't understand how anybody is upset at that.
You already know me. Season 2 of Doom Patrol is like my most anticipated season 2 of anything ever.
They got Doom Patrol on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have season 1 on HBO Max, and then season 2 comes up on the DC Universe app. June 25th or something.
So
like that.
even though it's gonna be on HBO Max, the DC Universe app is still a thing.
I think they get it first.
Yeah.
Oh,
now,
okay.
yeah,
That's how that works.
Like right now, like Harley Quinn is still airing on the DC Universe app,
Okay.
and it's like on episode 10 or 11 of its second season. 10, I think. Yeah. Which is confusing to me. I was like, why don't you just merge it? But more money, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that I assumed they were gonna merge it and like they were just gonna get rid of the DC Universe app or just use it as like their direct to their online streaming service for comics.
Exact. Yeah, that would have been fun. That's another thing I've been doing for the first
reading a whole bunch of old comics.
So ever since like this, before the quarantine went down, I was like every week, right? Comic books. Like I'm a comic book like purist, where I love Shop Wednesday. Like
Son,
I'm very old
browsing
school,
shit
like
you would never buy just because it's there. It was just the greatest thing.
It's just part of my ritual. Like I'm very old school in that fashion. I go in there with my Kangol hat, my Dookie chain. I'm just like,
That's right.
And I'm just like break dancing into the comic book shop.
So being on someone's side and having them say that is wild. Because now you just gotta be like, damn, you on your own, bro.
Nigga walked in the store mad wild. Like, yo.
Bang bang boogie, the bang bang the boogie.
Man turned into Curtis Blow real quick.
Fact.
Curtis, no.
Oh,
so that used to be my shit on Wednesdays, but obviously since pandemic happened, that wasn't possible.
Damn. When's the last time you did that? The Wednesday before
when the world was open. Literally the day before everything was shut down. Yeah,
like
the day before everything shut down. Yeah, the day before everything shut down, they called me. Like my shop called me because I'm super fly.
They care.
Of course you're super.
Yo, Target didn't call me. What the fuck?
Used to work.
Them niggas lost 95% of their business was Chris.
Yeah.
Did you call him?
Yeah.
We need that money to survive this.
Yeah, I was dropping. Maybe that's how I got the new car. Like I have so much more money now.
What? Oh,
it's ridiculous.
You invest in the store?
Damn. Hold on.
No, I understand what he meant now.
We can all attest to the fact that we have a lot more money now than we did before.
1,000%.
We can't spend.
This is the one niggas calling me, but yeah.
Like the other day, I was like, "Yo, I gotta transfer money from my checking account to my savings account because this shit is crazy."
Nigga, I've been making investments. extra money I got.
So you know how much it costs to like be like, yo, I'm gonna put out another album? Like, did that shit no problem. Like,
Nigga, I bought a
can afford it.
giraffe.
That explains the green screen.
It's just a giraffe and Laurel, dude. Like, man, Jamaican niggas just like blood clot.
They got dreads.
Niggas is trying to make curry giraffe with my joint. I gotta protect it.
Curry giraffe.
I need it. I'm not gonna lie. Curry giraffe sounds like it's fire.
Marcell.
Yo, can I get some of that curry giraffe? Me not have that.
Like that makes sense. Like out of all the things, like,
That was a
expect you to
test.
be running low on that.
Yo, let me get some more oxtail gravy on my curry giraffe. On my giraffe. You're like, what? My
Speaking of
jerk
giraffes,
It's animals like that, son.
Speaking of giraffes,
Yo.
I had a lot of.
I dare somebody to go to a Jamaican restaurant and ask for that.
Man, you want me to get stabbed during a pandemic? Like, what is?
So I've had a lot of time to play video games. I've been playing Planet Zoo, get my Joe Exotic on.
What's Planet
Giraffes
Zoo?
cause a lot of trouble, son. It's a
Planet
game
Zoo?
where
Mad mischievous.
you run your own zoo. So
Oh,
like,
it's like a simulator.
yeah, I gotta build my zoo.
When bought a zoo video game.
I gotta
my
fill it
God.
with animals.
He got mad options. He said, yo, I'm gonna run a zoo. Fuck it. Zootopia ass nigga.
I'm running out of shit to do on my weeks off.
FuTopia ass niggas.
FuTopia.
Son, exotic animals are
FuTopia.
expensive.
That might be the name of the episode, FuTopia.
I understand why Joe Exotic was feeding his homies meat off of like stolen trucks and shit. Yeah.
You understand that?
This shit ran.
This nigga went and bought a zoo video game.
Nigga, how many husbands you got in that game, nigga?
3.
FuTopia.
They all named Steve.
Bought a zoo video game.
None of them shot themselves though, so I'm straight.
Who myself by?
Yo, FuTopia, all we got is 808s and giraffes. That's it.
Son, that's my life now. So it's just, I've been making really dope beats and feeding giraffes.
This nigga's gonna get a dry cleaning video game next.
Yeah, that sounds lit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, I don't know if you know this myself, but on PSN right now they got Farm Simulator for free. No cap.
I don't want none of that. That sounds trash. I can't buy.
Oh,
But the zoo
on the
one
farm?
is good.
But the zoo one got rhinos, nigga. What I'm gonna do with chickens? I'm not Puerto
Eat
Rican.
them, nigga.
Wow.
I can say that because
my
I'm in love with one. So like,
Wow.
don't come for me.
That was great.
Oh man. But what I was saying.
Wow. That's the biggest revelation.
So what I was saying was
Wow.
because of this pandemic, the store shut down, and then even the comic book supplier, Diamond Code, they were like, "Yo,
Oh, I think your comic
y'all
book supply
should
was
do
called was
They
named
shut
Diamond. I was
down
like,
for,
what?
like-
Yo, shit
this." Yeah, they weren't sending shit to no stores,
Oh damn.
no product, nothing, and it's weird because they're one of those like monopolies where they're like, "Yo, we control the comic book flow for like the world, like it's just us, no
Yeah.
one else that
that's Diamond.
matters." So no one anywhere could get it. So now all these like companies like DC and Marvel and like all the independent joints, they was like, yo, what are we gonna do? And it was like, we're just gonna wait until they open back up. But then DC was like, nah, just release the joints on digital, and you know, then
That's
we'll
smart.
circle back and like release them whenever they say. So DC was the first to start, not all their books, but like the books that like, at least because I read a lot of shit, so at least some of the stuff that I was into, they gave me. So now I just started reading them online for free, and then while I was on this site, I was like, I might as well read some other shit. So dog, I got into Batman Beyond, and I was reading like 14 issues a day. Like,
Damn.
Are they quick reads or do you just have nothing else to do?
it's a little bit of both. I have nothing
Okay.
else to do.
Is it good?
It's good. It's written by Dan Jurgens.
Okay.
And it kind of, it's every arc has a different artist, but it carries the same tone of the show, and it kind of continues on after the show. So every time I start a new issue, I have like the intro playing in my head, and it's that same Terry. And I don't know, it's just good. It's like a good nostalgia feeling, but also giving me something that I've never had before. So I think that's dope. It's a great reimagination, and like I said, it's not a hard read, because then I started going back to some of my other books, like Scott Lobel does Red Hood in the Lodell, Lugnut. Who gives a fuck? What's he gonna do? Fight me? It's a
Red
pandemic.
He
Knock
might.
that nigga out. Yeah, he does Red Hood and Outlaws.
Currently, the
art is amazing.
The previous art in the beginning was okay.
Yeah, like I think before it was Dexter Soy, and now it's, I don't know, some nigga.
I can't remember his name, but it's that Puerto Rican dude I really like.
Yeah, that dude. And it's text heavy. So now I'm reading comics on my computer now. So now that's like my new ritual. Like I'm full digital now. Bobby Digital.
I love that everyone knows that that's the sound effect he made on the album, and it was ridiculous, and the album sucked.
Oh my God.
Bong.
We back, baby.
Never
Bong, bong.
Shout out to Timbaland and Swiss Beats. This whole Verzuz shit has been amazing. There's that.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that.
That's
After
Well,
Chris
not all of them,
finishes.
but yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get to that.
Even the bad ones are great.
We'll 1,000% get to that. So now I'm reading on the thing. So there's certain comics that are just like very text heavy, and I was like, man, fuck this. I'm going back to Batman Beyond. So I bodied the whole 43 issues in like 4 days.
Damn. I've been reading with like 8 issues of Batman, like the current run that I've missed, just because like I have so much things that I can do. Sometimes, like, I don't know, I've been having difficulty reading comics throughout this, just because I can just play a ton of video games, and I've been really into that
too.
and watching anime.
The only video games, you're like 17 again, and you love it.
I love it, son. I've really been able to be who I was before I became an adult. Just because I have weeks where they're just like, all right, you worked your 2 weeks, now you get the 1 week off, and that 1 week off, I'm just at home,
chilling,
just working out in the crib and playing COD.
And playing what?
Playing what?
Playing Call of Duty.
Party?
I thought you said playing COD.
All right.
It's like I haven't played Call of Duty in years because like I stopped caring, and now
I tried that new Call of Duty joint, Warzone. I didn't like it.
I don't like Warzone, but I like the regular multiplayer that comes with it. Like that's where I'm at.
Warzone. Which one you playing? Which one you playing?
The new one.
Oh, 4? Black Ops 4?
Yo, I haven't called
Yo, James, don't even bother, dog.
I'm playing
that shit complicated as fuck.
Modern Warfare.
Oh,
I'm terrible at those.
I might get that one.
It's cool if you play multiplayer. Warzone, it's not.
No, that's what I do. I don't do anything else in Call of Duty. I'll be on it for the story.
Yeah, reading comics, working out, and playing Final Fantasy and Jump Force.
Oh, I've been playing Final Fantasy too.
Yeah.
How is the Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy is dope. It's honestly, beautiful.
For me, it's the best Final Fantasy I've ever played. I've only played 2. I played the 7 remake and I played 7, but the remake is amazing.
Chris, you played the old ones before, right? On PS2 and stuff.
I've played the. I'm like Marcel. I've played the original 7, and I've played 10.
Okay.
I think 10. I've played like 2 others before, and I just couldn't get in it because I'm like, where's Cloud? Yeah, that's honestly my thing. I was like, oh, fuck it.
They changed the characters in the new one. Like
they didn't tell me that though. I didn't figure it out until I got.
You just thought he was in all of them.
Yeah, I just downloaded. I figured it was his game. Like,
nigga only appears in the 7th installment. It's like, yo, where's he at?
Yeah, but
how do I unlock Cloud?
Yeah,
he'll appear in 14.
I'm like, yo, he's in Smash Brothers, but he's not in these other joints. Like, how the fuck is this?
Nigga ran all through Chico Central.
Yeah, this nigga pulled a Ryan Reynolds and jumped ship, went to the other side. I was like, all right, whatever.
Son, you saw Batman started filming again?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it started filming again.
Because UK lifted some of their restrictions on COVID-19.
Okay.
On crime.
I was just watching Goblet of Fire, the Harry Potter joint, and he's in it. And I'm telling my daughter, I've been watching it, like, yo, he's gonna be Batman, and she looked at me like, where? Really him?
Yeah, you forget, because that was like right before Twilight. He was.
Yeah.
What was his name in it?
He was
He
skinny.
died.
Yeah,
he
I forgot his
drowned
name.
like
No, Voldemort killed that nigga. He didn't drown. Voldemort killed
I
that
thought he
nigga.
Oh, he got clapped.
Voldemort killed Batman.
Son, I've been watching a lot of indie movies since I'm home and I got all the free time and shit. But
Yeah.
every time I watch one, this nigga pops up and I'm just like, bro, I've been supporting you more than anyone throughout all of this.
Yes,
I'm
you
tired
have.
of seeing your face, bro.
Relax.
Like,
Get it.
chill out.
Skedaddle. Get out of here. But yeah, I've been reading Batman Beyond, and if it wasn't that, Avatar. Since it dropped on Netflix, I bodied that, and then I went and I read the books online.
I need
they
to
got
watch
books?
that because I never.
They got there's four. Yeah, there's four graphic novels that are online. I'll send y'all the link, but it basically it finishes. So basically, what happened after the third season? They did that bullshit ass movie, and they spent all their money on that movie instead of a season 4. So these 4 books is basically what season 4 would have been.
Oh,
And
okay.
Yeah,
So we gotta watch the show first.
What season 4 of the show would have been
Okay.
before
'Cause
Quora.
I'm only on book 2 of the show.
Okay, yeah, but all right. So when you're done, let me know and I'll send you the link. But
Copy.
it's good. I bodied those in like a week, and
Okay.
they're like every graphic novel comes in 3 parts, and each part is maybe like 86 pages. So I was reading like 400 pages a day or whatever. They were good. I like this shit.
There you go. I've been reading 50's book. It's
how
it's
is it?
It's a
The
journey.
one where he shits on Yayo and Lloyd Banks.
Yeah. It's written like you would think 50 would write a book. Let's just say
I see
that.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I have one free download from Audible. I was thinking about just like getting that.
Yeah, get the auto book should be pretty good. So yeah, get that. I got the the actual written one.
Nah, because 50 narrates it, and listening to 50's voice for however many hours.
I'll tell you this right now.
Talking,
It's
When I
8
said
hours.
it's written like you think 50 would write it, as you're reading it, it sounds like 50's voice. You just read it like
Oh, you
50.
can hear his voice in your head,
Like he writes it
Yeah.
just like he talks.
like he's standing behind you reading the book. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you don't want 50
All right,
standing
bet,
behind you
I'm
when
in.
you're reading a book.
I'm in.
I'm not gonna hold you. Anytime 50 gets in his bag, he sounds like someone that should have got shot. Like,
Wow.
he be talking
That was
crazy, and I'd be
Marcel.
like, "Yo, I understand. That's like, I understand why they shot you, bro.
50, I had no part in this.
Don't come for me. I'm a huge fan. Many men is my shit. Like, stop.
Yo.
So Verzuz.
Yo, versus
Yo.
fire, son.
Not for nothing.
Uh-huh.
Yo, Manny Fresh got smoked.
He got embarrassed.
He got
Badly.
embarrassed.
And the thing is, yo, Scott Storch was blacking. Like, had the biggest blunt in between his fingers, playing the keys at the same time. I was like, yeah, this shit's over.
Son,
I just
I
wanna
know
know.
y'all saw me on Twitter like, yo, don't disrespect Manny Fresh.
It was
son.
like this
You
big.
did.
He held that whole label down in the back of my mind though. I was just like, yo,
Charlemagne
Yo.
was like, yo, he was typing on the live. He was like, yo, Manny, this ain't no time for Manny exclusives right now.
Shit, nobody spit it. Yo, my question is, who told Manny to do the skits? Like, whose man
Yo.
told him to do that? Come on,
I
son.
feel like he knew he was outmatched, so he had to take time out to pull the skits out.
Well, at least
My
come with
man
good skits.
Scott-
Them shits are trash.
Listen, yeah, Manny Fresh got a lot. Manny Fresh got hits. Like, nobody can say that, but
absolutely.
Scott Storch pulled out a couple Beyonce records, my nigga.
Yeah.
A Mariah Carey record. You start pulling out stuff like that, like,
See, like Manny Fresh was at a disadvantage when it comes to the diversity.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Like Scott Storch had, because Manny Fresh
Yeah.
was like, yo, I produce for the people that were on Cash Money, and that's it.
He had that whole Nola sound.
Money's producer,
Yeah.
and all that stuff was fire. It just resulted in a really unfair battle.
He would have been better off like against somebody who kind of like, and I don't want to call him not versatile, but who's not as versatile as Scott Storch.
Yeah.
So somebody else from the South, you know what I mean? That like,
Mhm.
I don't even know if he beat Jazzy Faye, because Jazzy Faye's a little more versatile.
He might have been better off against like an
Yeah,
organized
he would have been a better
noise or
matchup.
something.
What
It's
was
like-
what besides that? What was your favorite battle of all of them?
Beanie Man Bounty Killer. That was
Oh, I
insane.
haven't watched that one
Yeah,
yet.
that was
Yeah, I still
was
didn't watch
good.
that one.
that was the most
one.
fun
Oh.
for me.
James, let me tell you,
Here we
it
go.
was the middle of the battle, right? They
Uh-huh.
were in Jamaica, right? First of all, it sounded the best.
Yeah,
right? I
because
had
they were
them
both
shits
in
on
the same place.
speakers.
They had no
They were
problems
both in
with
the same place.
compression. It was amazing.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yo,
Parks.
son. These dogs bought one suit, and Bounty Killer was wearing the top, and Beanie Man was wearing the pants. I am not lying. I'm not. That's exactly what happened, right?
I
That's
saw
the most
Beanie
Jamaican
Man.
shit I ever heard in my life.
I saw Beanie Man's gut, and I was just like, oh.
Through 8
Yo,
months
and in the
pregnant,
verses, if you don't see Beanie Man gut,
right?
We've had a lot of
So-
verses we don't see Beanie Man's gut.
So
Almost all of them.
yeah,
All of them, son. Except for
No,
one.
say almost all of them.
yeah. So they were like, first of all, it was funny because they were like, "Yo, we're gonna start at like 8." Shit didn't start till like 9:30.
Yeah, sounds about right.
sounds about right.
And they just had
Bashment rules apply.
They were waiting for the
word.
venue to get filled.
So they were just playing all the old reggae joints. So I was jamming. I had my Casamigos, and I was mixing it, and I was just staying. And then I switched to my Ray and Nephew when the joint came
I was
out.
about to say, you know you got to pull out the Ray
Um,
nephew.
I had my mesh marina. I had my big ass gold ring,
huh.
2 chains.
Uh-huh.
I was set for the night.
Mm-hmm.
They're going off. They're not necessarily. It wasn't the conventional the conventional like verses. They were doing more like a sound clash, right? So they would like do freestyles in the middle of it, all that. Dog.
Okay.
The cops came in the middle of the battle,
Man.
right?
Get out of here.
And they stopped the music and Beanie Man goes,
Do you really want to be that guy?
Beanie Man, no, Beanie Man goes, hello, how are you, officer? You good?
With
Oh,
the belly
all right.
out?
Oh no,
With the gut.
we're just doing a broadcast. 500,000 people around the world. That's it.
500,000
Light flex.
people in
That's
here.
it.
Light flex.
Do you really
Yeah.
want to be that guy?
Yeah, he was
Listen.
he's like, do we have to do this now? Do we have to do this now? Do you want to be this guy? Ladies
We
and
are
gentlemen.
Jamaican.
Yeah, he was like,
We are
ladies
nice
and-
people. Don't make me have to fight.
You want to rub with me?
He said, ladies and gentlemen, please are here. Bounty Killer Bounty Killer was out. He dropped his money. He was out.
Nigga, I am.
Nigga,
got
Bounty Killer threw a
warrants.
smoke bomb on the floor and disappeared.
They've been looking for me.
It was
since
ganja
93.
smoke.
I'm gone.
Ganja.
To disappear in a cloud of ganja smoke is wild.
Nigga sound like
Bounty
Boba
Killer
Fett.
for you. There's only one Bounty Killer, guys. Wait, what?
Beanie Man.
Wait,
Hmm?
why did the cops come? It was a noise complaint, or
Probably, yeah, most likely.
Oh, okay.
Like I would assume.
In Jamaica?
Yeah, like,
Bashment
damn.
rules.
I never been to Jamaica, so I don't know.
It's not a
I
real
don't think the
bashment.
last
I've
time you
only
got a
watched
noise
shot.
complaint was
Nah,
Shots.
basically,
That was your Jamaican trip
because
shots?
of COVID and all that stuff. They probably heard the noise and decided to come. And
Oh, 'cause
look
gathering
around
more
to
than
see
like
how
10
many
people?
was in there.
Oh,
Yeah. It was definitely more than 10 people in that bitch. I don't care,
Probably.
like definitely in the background.
I gotta watch that.
Man, secret
Somebody's
families.
daughter was in there. The DJ, Beanie Man, Bounty Killer.
That was,
Yep.
that's a grown woman.
Entourages.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
She
that
looked
skinny,
hella
that
young.
skinny. Man, yo, I thought she was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a
Bro.
grown woman.
Yo, shout out to her jeans. She gonna look young forever.
Beanie Man daughter.
My favorite
But yeah,
battle
they-
was Jonta and Neo.
That was a good one.
That was cool. I
That was
really
good.
liked how
was
much
good.
the two of them respected each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
Like that's just like some nerdy musician shit. Where I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, both of y'all are amazing, and y'all acknowledge
Jamaica.
that. That's just great.
They was pulling some records out too. I can't even
Teddy
remember.
Riley pissed me off because I view that man as a god, and he came on doing way too much, and then he got like kind of embarrassed by Babyface.
Backup dancers.
So when that
that's
shit
just-
failed, Timberland and Swiss Beats were on live, just like he was doing too much, man. Like I told him, I tried to tell him he was doing too much.
They were going off on the 50 and 40-year-olds on the comments. Like, this is what happens when you leave them niggas with the technology by themselves.
Dad,
I'm like, damn,
I'm not
nigga.
gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna take that over Nelly's internet connection. Cause anytime I checked in, Nelly looked like a square with a bunch of glitches happening in his face.
I'm also gonna take that over Sean Garrett's face.
Wait, Sean Garrett had to be off for the pills. Like he was definitely tripping off the perk 30.
They had a versus Nelly versus Sean Garrett.
Ludacris.
Nah,
No,
Ludacris.
Nelly
Oh,
versus Ludacris.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nelly versus Ludacris.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was Sean Garrett versus The Dream, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
that's a
No,
tough
don't-
one.
don't watch that one.
Don't.
Find the
Sean Garrett
audio.
gets
Find the audio.
smoked.
Who got smoked? Sean Garrett got smoked, right?
Yeah.
He came in.
But here's my thing: once you can pull out multiple Beyonce records, multiple it's over after that.
James.
So in all of these battle, Beyonce has been the one where it's just like I play
It's
this and you
over.
lose this round.
It's over.
But James, it's not even that. Sean Garrett defeated himself.
Yeah.
He came in plastered. Plastered.
Damn, but
He
Sean
was
Garrett got some
drunk.
records.
He kept trying to
He
eat out
does.
the screen.
Yeah,
He does.
See, but the Dream, damn, because when I think about it, the Dream wrote "Baby." The Dream wrote.
You also have to
Umbrella.
remember
the Dream.
the
wrote
Dream was very
Irreplaceable.
successful as the Dream.
Yeah,
Sean
that too.
Garrett had one single that nobody liked, and then they said, "Yo, go back to writing for other."
Go back to yeah.
Like the Dream's still successful as himself.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight was Sunday when we're recording was Kirk Franklin and Fred Hammond. Two gospel artists.
Look at Marcel's face.
Like I'm not really into gospel. So
Yeah, you fucking heathen.
Yo, I know. I saw the little preview of it. I know it's gonna be crazy because Kirk Franklin got the mean part going down the.
When you
I ain't never seen a pastor with the part,
Franklin.
but
Kurt Franklin probably the swaggiest pastor.
Yeah.
it's either him or Creflo Dollar.
Nah, Creflo Dollar's stealing all your money. I'm not calling him swaggy.
y'all, hey man, y'all can't be sleeping on my man TD Jakes like that.
He's
TD Jakes
also
coming
stealing
just
all
like-
your money.
Yeah.
But he coming
Who
just
else,
like
Chris?
Amigos.
Name another one.
Carl Lentz.
Stealing
the
all
dude
your
that-
money.
Who?
Carl Lentz. When Lentz?
Oh no, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Stealing all your money.
Nah, he's a good dude. He's a good
Stealing
dude.
all your money.
I mean,
He's a
that's
good dude.
just that's just my general views about the church in general.
Who's that one
Mine
pastor that be
too.
like, "Ha, you caught me, motherfucker"? Who's that nigga?
That's my favorite nigga.
I'm going to that church.
What about Mace's pastor?
Stealing all your money.
Sir.
What else?
Sir. His name was Murder Mace.
That might have been the
From Harlem.
swaggiest pastor when you think about it.
I doubt it.
Nah.
Nah,
No?
that's time.
That's
wasn't
like the
even-
one
he wasn't-
pastor where he's like, I don't know if you gonna make it in heaven, bro. I'm not
He
really
wasn't
trying
even
to
a
follow
pastor
you.
in New York, right? Didn't he? Wasn't
It was
he
in
like,
Atlanta.
Yeah,
It was in Atlanta. Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
Florida.
you
All right,
get
never
away
mind.
with anything in Atlanta.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
The Homebody
That's
Church.
as future.
Yeah.
The
Good
Homebody
point.
But yeah,
Church.
all these other verses, I'm not really hyped for it. Like, I could just
Erica Badu and
download
Jill
the
Scott had me ready to smoke weed.
Oh, I was smoking weed. I smoked so much weed. I forgot about that verses because I was so cracked.
I didn't even know that was going on.
I
It was
feel like you
amazing.
didn't know about a lot of these verses going on.
I didn't.
I feel
Yeah,
that
it's
way
crazy.
too.
Yeah,
Surprisingly,
it was just fine. Yeah, it was just fine.
I got a lot of
these are all-
catching up to do.
These are all. That's the thing, though. In our heads, we think they would go differently. That these people are like such legends or at least on higher pedestals, that it would go as art song for song. But there's been like a lot of audio issues, connection issues that kind of just like ruin it for you. And at
Yeah.
that point, you're just there for the comments and to like. That's one thing this versus brought back. It brought back like 2008, 2009 Twitter, but
Yeah.
like a lot cleaner and nicer.
Mhm.
A lot of unity.
Politically correct, but just like live tweeting through events. That
I
was
will
like
say-
one thing that I did miss.
RZA versus DJ Premier, I had to cut off like halfway through because I got so inspired. I was like, yo, I gotta go make some shit. Like,
Did
these
forget
niggas
about
too
that for
nice.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
RZA came in and said, "Yo, I'm gonna change my audio system up. All right, hold on, give me a second. Bong bong." And I was just like, "This guy is so interesting."
And that was his process too. The bong bong was essential.
The bong bong, you gotta have the bong
I
bong.
think the first thing he said when he came in, he ended that sentence with "bong bong," and I was like, "This is gonna be amazing."
With
we're
Afro
in here,
Samurai
bong bong.
playing in the background.
That was wild. That was a good touch.
After that, I went to go watch Afro Samurai.
Erykah Badu came in with anime playing in the background. I was like, "How you bodying RZA and he not even here?"
He ain't got nothing to do with this.
Like that's
He didn't want that smoke.
disrespectful.
Not at all. What's one thing you guys miss about the real world?
I miss going to restaurants more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss like just going to the group gatherings and like restaurants and shit.
I was
miss
in like a
run
group of
just going to
gatherings.
restaurants.
What?
What?
Huh?
Yeah, like three of you talk at the same time.
I was saying I miss restaurants because I was in a run of just trying new restaurants, and then the world was just like, "Nah, that's done."
Yeah.
I mean, there is a difference between like I guess getting the takeout and the ambiance and like actually sitting down and experiencing.
Nah, dude, there's some restaurants that just haven't opened at all. Like you can't even do the takeout. But a decent amount of them have like started to come back. Like the other day I went to Dirty Taco and Tequila. And
Dirty Taco and Tequila.
I just picked up some tacos and I ran out. And shit was
like a party
amazing.
next door.
Yo, a lot of places have been doing drinks to go. Me and Marci been drinking in the streets. We brought that shit bike. Like
you just see him and Marci sitting on the floor like
with some yak.
Paper bag.
Some yak.
We used to do that shit, just walking down Jericho Turnpike, just redact.
The straws underneath the mask like this.
Yo, word.
Dog. Eliana was looking at me like, "Yo, you just gonna drink that coconut mojito and then drive home?" I was like, "Yeah."
I would have did that if you were in a restaurant.
Like,
damn, that sounds good.
What do you think one is gonna do to me?
She called you a fucking lightweight.
Like I'm a seasoned vet.
She said it's gonna get you a little mojito.
He said I'm not you. It's gonna get you a little mojito.
Ordering fish bowls, you and Marci getting wasted. Me and Chris looking at you.
Yo, ordering a fish bowl to go is nuts.
Listen,
I'm gonna see where I could do that.
Take Marcell a fish tank to get drunk.
To go.
It takes a small aquarium.
Yeah. If you can't fit a shark in it, it's not gonna get me twisted.
Wow.
That's Marcel's next game purchase. The aquarium joint.
Hey, I think that's gonna be the next one they put out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Crazy. Nah, a lot of what I've noticed.
Drunkarium.
Drunkarium. That's good.
Right next to FuTopia.
I don't want to go there.
Yo, we might be on to something, son.
No, I might stop by.
I'm about to start building these roller coasters drunk.
Curry giraffe.
Curry giraffe.
On a stick.
On a stick.
Oh, it's a big stick. Oh,
yeah. Wow. Easy, Louis.
Oh no, mine froze, so I stopped. All right.
Oh,
but anyway, now I was gonna say.
I like how we all know when Chris is about to talk, so we're just like, all right, let's wait.
One thing that I noticed though, with the drinks to go and all that stuff, is a lot of people like blend. Like in Astoria, they've been posting that little bootleg nutcracker size looking bottle forever. Like all throughout quarantine, and I don't get it. It's like, first of all, you want to travel to one of the most congested and higher rates place in Queens to go get a little nutcracker alcoholic joint that you could get anywhere else or at home.
You could make it yourself, yeah.
You could make it yourself, and it's not that hard.
All you need is some alcohol in Tampico.
Yeah. Exactly. But I don't know. Fuck them, I guess. Yeah, the only thing I miss and don't miss is the gym.
Oh,
it's like I miss the ritual of going to the gym and stuff like that, but I've been getting busy at home.
I've been
yeah.
in the
doing
backyard and
okay
stuff.
at home. But if I was at the gym with like the discipline that I have now that I'm at home, I'd be fucking killing it.
Right when I got my
Yeah.
gym membership, shit.
I've
closed.
started intermittent fasting. I've been losing pounds and shit. Like shit is great.
Facts,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't eat until like noon.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, same man. I've lost like
I've-
15 pounds.
I
much y'all-
gained
how
a
much
little
y'all
bit
weigh?
of weight from muscle.
How much you weigh now?
I'm at
I weigh
212.
205.
Okay.
I'm
about you,
still
Chris?
trying to like trim, but 212 is all right.
Yeah, you're good.
I have no idea what I am. My scale broke.
I'm 221 now.
I'd imagine Chris is around the same as like me and Lewis,
Yeah,
Nah, I
somewhere
doubt
around
it.
there.
but just like
Nah, I think I'm
Nah,
more
me
of
and
a
Chris,
muscle than fat.
me and Chris were closer before.
Yeah,
I think like
Yeah.
we was both 230 at the same time.
yeah.
Like that.
It's always wild to me whenever James says his weight because he doesn't look that big.
Yeah, it doesn't, right?
And at this point, I'm just imagining like it must be all muscle because like
I w-
dude's not fat.
At one point, I was 245. Like
That's
the-
nuts.
Lewis
same.
found out the hard way.
Hold on, wait. What? Context, context, nigga.
Pardon?
Nah, because Lou tried to bump me one time, and he was like, "Damn,
Yo,
nigga."
word choice.
Bom, bom, bom.
Like, yo, I'm not gonna hold you. James,
No, I'm not gonna hold him either.
It sounds like you already did. James posted a story where he was like flexing a bicep, and I was like, "That's why he's 2 something."
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my money at the screen. No, you here? Just take it. Just fucking take it.
This is OnlyFans?
I was getting ready to fight Hulk Hogan.
You would have won.
Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
we're coming for you, nigga.
Oh man.
Oh,
Look at
shit,
T's
that's
look
crazy.
of regret right after that is the greatest thing to me.
I think didn't Stevie Ray smile after that?
Yeah, he did. He said, "Oh, you know you fucked up, right? Like you know you fucked up."
Oh man.
Yeah,
that
fine
white girl
coming
next
in
to
the
them was
mail.
like, "It's okay, baby. It's okay."
Yeah.
He walked in the back and Vince was like, "My nigga, that was amazing."
Petted him like a Pomeranian.
Looking at Vince McMahon like, yo, I need this check, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things I miss the ritual of going to the gym and stuff like that. More so for like my curiosity as to like when they finally open, what it's gonna look like.
Are you
because that
going
has
back
to
when
be-
they open?
Absolutely not. I'm not going anywhere
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
when it opens.
There are a few places that I will go back to, just based on how things have been running recently. Where like
Going back to my bed.
seeing small groups of people.
I've done that. I've done
it's
that. I've seen
Yeah.
Marci's friends.
Like I
Yeah.
dapped you up the other day, and like I saw OD, Mouse, and all my other dudes. It was just like, all right, this is fine. It's
Yeah.
like 4 people, 3 people here. I'm not trying to go to the movies. I'm not trying to go to a concert.
Yeah,
I
nah.
will go to a barber shop.
Ooh,
Because
That's a fact.
But
That might
That's-
be
that's
by
iffy.
they
It
might
depends
if
on
they
how
come
many
back
people
and
are
they do
in
it
the
by
barber.
appointments. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading that for barbershops and nail salons to be open, the people like doing hair, doing nails got to get tested every 2 weeks.
That's fine. That sounds like a
Yeah.
them problem.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
that ain't got nothing to
so-
do with me. But like now that they have these apps and all that stuff, it's like, yo, book your time, only come in when it's your time, and then leave. Like, and then you should be good. With me, my hair hasn't been an issue. I've been cutting it myself. Like I went bald twice, and then I spent like the extra like hour in the bathroom mirror shaving off the sides. So now I'm back to my old cut. So I'm chilling, and
did the
then
same
my
thing.
beard, yeah. Then just I throw on a do-rag, and it's
I'll
like,
keep it a buck. I don't care.
yeah.
No, at this point, I don't care anymore.
Who
The-
you impressing?
The only difficult part for me is like I have to promote things, so I'm doing like photo shoots and videos and stuff. But like deep down, I'm just like, yo, everyone needs to understand, like it's a pandemic. We look crazy.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now. Like
Yeah.
We all
you
look
look
crazy.
crazy at home. I look crazy on camera. Like that's just what it is right
That's
now.
what you're gonna do.
Exactly.
Fix it in post.
Yeah,
I can't. I
I
promise you,
actually-
I can't.
don't. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
looks
Lewis looks the same because every time I see Lewis, he has a hat on. So.
I'm bald, nigga.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't
you
know
have
that.
been from the day I met you. Like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
nothing has changed for
It's
you.
just easy to maintain.
He's bald.
You could have
and
went
wearing
Joe
all
Budden.
black. Like,
I could have been who?
I said you could have went Joe Budden when he grew his hair out for a couple weeks.
He looked crazy. He looked like he was homeless with a whole bunch
he
of
did
money.
look nuts, but he's got a lot of money. So like,
Yeah, exactly.
You could do that.
He looked homeless in a
That's
mansion.
goals. That's goals. I just want to look homeless but have mad money.
Hey,
I want to be like J.
aight.
Cole.
Like I want to look like I'm doing okay
Nah.
in life, but not like rich.
I'm going full
but
J. Cole.
okay.
I want to drive something like the like a Pinto
Like
or
an
something. Like that.
Aventador.
Nah, like a Pinto and have like $18 million in the bank.
I want to drive a Lamborghini Countach or
Team
Countach.
touch.
I don't even know how
Lewis
to
got
pronounce
it.
it.
Lewis got it.
But it's the worst Lamborghini ever made.
Oh yeah. That shit
But
don't got
it's the
windows.
coolest one to me.
To me.
We're gonna
Like,
get.
it
We're all
it
gonna
looks
chip in
fly.
and get you one.
Thank you.
I mean, they're probably like $30,000 at this point.
We
Do that.
You
Chris,
you're not with it?
no.
All right, you get to design it.
No, I just
Huh?
told y'all my
Design
lease
what?
payments went up.
Nah, he's gonna like
No,
put Foo on the side and
no, it's not.
he's
No,
gonna
I'm
make it
not.
look
Thank
like
you.
Speed Racer.
Thank you, but no, thank you.
All right, you know what? I might be in now. Only if I get to put a monkey in the trunk.
You
Yeah,
get to give it to
Yeah.
yourself.
yeah, he is.
What was that monkey's name? Bubbles? No, that was Michael Jackson's monkey. I don't know what the fuck that monkey name was.
His name? I don't
The
know.
monkey that used to be in Speed Racer's trunk.
Yeah, that was
Harambe,
animal
nigga?
abuse. Nobody would ever.
No.
said that.
Not Harambe.
I'm about to Google it.
Racer X.
I'm gonna
Racer X
miss.
was not a monkey.
Racer.
He Rich had a monkey. He had a monkey.
Yeah, he had a
sidekick.
monkey in his
Yeah,
trunk.
he had a monkey. I don't remember the name.
Trunk. That was what.
There were
Yo,
no
he
black
was
people
going.
in that anime.
My nigga
but
was
he had a
going.
monkey though. All right.
Speed Racer was going 120 on the NASCAR track, and the monkey just popped out the trunk like it was nothing. Didn't fly away.
Chim Chim. It was Chim Chim.
Chim Chim.
That's racist.
Yeah.
That
I
is-
don't know
that's
why,
the-
but that's racist.
Who
It
was the
might
monkey
be.
from Dexter's Lab that had the bad bitch with him?
Oh, Mank? No, that wasn't Mankey. That's Pokemon.
The Mankey.
If he turned into that superhero with the M, I
Yeah.
forgot his name though.
Oh,
Wasn't it just
Yeah.
Monkey?
Probably.
I don't think it was Monkey. No, it was.
It was Monkey.
No, it was Dial M for Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
Dial M
Monkey.
for Monkey.
Yeah.
We got it. Look at
Dude,
us.
that was dope. You remember Justice Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
Not really.
That shit was dope.
It was funny.
This shit was dope.
Was the insatiable Crunk?
Shit. There was just few bedroom. The insatiable crunk. I thought it was
I said
Infraggable.
Kira was there.
Incredible. Shakira.
You
said
said
Shakira?
Shakira? He said Asa Akira. All right, James.
Oh, I said Shakira.
Hey,
Oh.
I'll take either one, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, if we could be frank. That's one thing before we get out of here. Cause what time we had like an hour and a half. Yeah, that's good.
No, we got
Are we?
past that.
Wait, how do you know we're at an hour and a half?
I have no idea.
I turned on the settings where I could see the timestamp.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, how'd you do? You couldn't figure out how to get into the chat, but you know how to do that.
I knew how to get into the chat. Lewis
No, you
just wouldn't
didn't,
let
son.
me
He
in.
was struggling.
Yo, son, Lewis has been kicking people out of his life all week. It started with you, and he kicked James out, and it was me.
He got
Yeah,
a
you
point.
know.
You have a point.
Then he kicked himself out of the chat. It was just
He
us
did
three.
kick himself out.
I did.
Yeah,
It
this
was the cover up.
this Zoom shit is crazy.
He
Now make it look
like,
suspicious.
see, I got myself.
Before we get out of here, I just want to ask, what's one thing you learned during this whole quarantine experience?
Honestly, I learned people are
Eith-
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like stupider than I thought they were.
A lot
Mhm.
stupider than I thought they were. Like I knew people were stupid, but y'all are out here making a fool of yourselves.
Yeah.
I learned that
Every
people are-
day.
I learned that people are really, really bored without going out, like
Yeah,
going to
I-
clubs
I-
and lounges.
Honestly, I keep it a buck with you, James. You learn that people are boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. There you
Boring.
go.
That's true. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is. It's like,
once you strip away all like these club fits, the club itself, all these outings,
The photo shoots,
all these like extra like superficial things that come with, I don't know, the person, you kind of find out there's not much there to be enamored with or like about or whatever.
A lot of people have no identity outside of being somewhere that's popping.
Yes.
Around people that popping.
Yeah. It's like when you're out here and you're posting everywhere that you're going and everything that you're doing, and there's nothing for you to go to,
it's like
nothing for you to do, and it's just you. It's really easy to
You
see
start
who
posting
you really
some stupid
are,
shit.
and a lot of y'all are just whack.
Yep.
Like there's nothing to you. You have no personality. Like you exist to be in places and do things that make you look cool, but really, like,
I mean, TikTok kind of showed us that because it was like 2 million people just doing the same dance over and over and over again, like no originality.
Yo, not gonna lie, I went down a rabbit hole on TikTok.
You will,
That
yeah,
shit
you
is-
will.
That shit is just like not even like on purpose. Like you just watch one and then you just keep sliding. Next thing you know, it's 11:30 at night, and it's like, yo, what the fuck?
You memorize a song you never even knew.
Yo, facts. Yeah,
He's-
I haven't been on it.
I said you
though.
memorize a song you never even heard of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
man,
dive in and out of that
man,
shit.
with this whole thing, I'm just mad that like we can't go outside without masks and gloves and this, that, and the third.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So
yo,
annoying.
that should be making my face sweaty as hell, bro.
Yo, I don't step out nowhere without my mask, bro.
Yeah.
The
you
mask, 1,000%. The gloves, it's pointless.
Depends what you're doing.
If you don't change the
gloves-
gloves.
I have hand sanitizer in my car. So if I go
Yeah.
somewhere and I touch some shit, like I just don't touch my face. I get back in the whip, I put hand sanitizer on. I get home, I wash my hands.
I use gloves
That's
if
not
I
the
have to
same.
touch, if I'm going somewhere where I got to touch knobs, and then I just take it off and then just.
I use gloves when I go food shopping because I have to hold the
Yeah.
cart. Other than that, like I'm not really doing anything where I feel I need gloves.
No.
And then I just get into wherever I'm going, I wash my hands.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I got my backpack with my hand sanitizer and my disinfectant wipes and all that stuff, and I'm chilling. But like again, I don't go out. Like I can't even remember. Like I stopped grocery shopping. Like I said, I just do Amazon Fresh and I just have them bring me everything.
Amazon Fresh and then just deliver it to your grandma.
Oh no, well her I have to go get her. But like with her, she doesn't necessarily, because it's just her. So I will go out and it's not a lot. She'll need like peppers and stuff like that. But like, so to go to Key Food in the produce section is simple. Like that's not like a weird, like I don't feel gross when I'm in that section and stuff like that. And anything else, and it lasts for a while. So it's not even like I have to go. In the very beginning of the quarantine, I had to go for her. And then I had to go for, like I said, Marci's thing. So I was making trips like 4 times a week to the grocery store.
Why
Now
didn't you
to
just do
have
it
to-
all in one shot?
Because it was different forms of payment. I didn't want to mix things up. It was like a
Okay.
bunch of different bags. I just didn't trust myself. Like it was just like,
Yeah.
there's already a lot going on. Now I got to know math. Nah.
After saying that to you and hearing you say that, I was like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of work and it could be really confusing.
Yeah. So I would pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off. And I didn't mind, kind of, because it's like, oh, at least I get to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to get out of the house, but it just so happened that every time that I had to go grocery shopping for someone else, it was fucking pouring rain. And
Same here. Every fucking time. I don't understand.
Every
I don't
time.
understand it.
And then the bullshit stores would give me those stupid paper bags, so now the paper bags are melting as I'm going back to the car. And I was like, I hate
I had
this.
gone to I was at Stop and Shop and I was at the self checkout. Yo, this lady just finished like bagging her stuff and was about to leave. Yo, her whole bag broke. Everything fell on the floor. I was like, damn.
Hate to see it.
They're still handing out
Deuces.
plastic bags where I go. I'm not going to rat them out, but
Jersey.
I
Oh, no, me too.
I got them. I got those canvas bags that they have.
I got those too.
I
But I
took
don't
them.
need them because they keep giving me plastic joints. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's but whatever. I feel like at this point there's just like, yo, we can get back to the environment later. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
But whatever. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Or we could stay on here all night and just
Or not. Like I said,
with it.
that's
Look,
nope,
who is with it?
I'm
This
leaving.
is our peaceful protest.
Let's see. Yeah, let's
Chris
see how
got a
much we
pee.
Chris got a
could-
Go ahead.
Let's see
Two
how long we
big-ass
could talk
nuts.
for.
About what?
About
How was the process, James?
Oh, all right. Okay.
it was there was a lot going on. But
what? That's all right.
Wow.
Put it in light. That's put it in light.
Yeah, that's
Good
That's the
job,
best-
James.
that's the best way I could describe it. I didn't stay for the whole thing. I left like midway and I took my ass home.
yeah.
There you
That's
yeah,
the best way I could describe.
I have a lot to dive in on that, but I don't know if I want to jack my spirit down. It was good to talk to you guys because the last couple of days, it's just been I've been in my own little mental bubble.
Bro,
Anytime something unfortunate like this happens,
Facts.
it gets dark and very pessimistic in my head.
Yeah.
So
Chris, you know
Yeah.
me.
yeah,
I walk around with a level of rage that most people
Yeah.
don't deal with. Just imagine what level I've been at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one,
It's so sad.
and
I've been
And-
actively trying to calm myself down to not
Yeah.
become the person that I can be.
yes, that's been the main struggle over the last thing, and it's crazy because this isn't the first time we've had this unfortunate situation happen and whatnot, but I don't know. This time around, it hit a little bit different. I don't know if it's because I've been cooped up for so long, but that's like one of the many battles that I've had in the house.
I've hit a level of anger that I don't hit in front of people. Like I got so mad while talking to my boy, I just started crying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
no,
I
it's
just
real.
started crying because like I saw so many videos of Black people talking about why they should be able to live,
yeah.
and the fact that like I saw a child talking about why he deserves to live. It's just like that shouldn't be happening.
Crazy.
And then I just like I turned into like the militant version of me, and then I turned into a version of me that I've never been before, where I was just
Yeah.
like I don't even truly believe in the saying right now, but how I'm
Right.
feeling right now
it
is it was different.
I saw this quote. I think it was Will Smith where it said racism's not getting worse, it's just getting recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like,
right.
yeah, that shit is true because like look how long all this stuff's been going on.
Yeah. And we've
And-
all experienced it.
Some form of
Yeah.
another, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Most
And
definitely.
when you really think about it, like segregation wasn't that long ago.
My grandfather told me about it. I'm just like, yo,
60 something years
you
ago.
lived through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandfather
no.
could tell me about how he picked cotton for someone. I'm just like that.
Yeah, that
That's
was
crazy.
not long
Nuts.
ago. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
right around the corner. So when people try to make you think that that you're bugging by thinking that racism is still a thing, like they know that it's going on. They're just trying to convince you that it's not going on still.
Right.
Like, you're just
Yeah.
making it up. You're just using the black card. You're just
But like, you can't even do that because I experience it on a regular basis. It may not be every day. It may not be once a week, but anytime
But it's
that
too often
happens,
for comfort.
even if it's subtle,
Exactly.
even if it's something subtle, it's still racist.
Like even if it's like someone that you're cool with that doesn't even realize that they're doing it, it's still happening.
Yeah.
It's even like you even have those people around you that that kind of don't get it in the sense where you don't feel like they're listening. Like it's like, yo, you would have those people around you that are just like, yo, I hold you close to me, and then every time I try to bring something up or try to like, I guess, alleviate this weight that I feel on my chest concerning what's going on, you try
Yeah.
to shut me down because it's making you uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it's like, yo, bro,
That's
you're
the
not even
biggest thing.
you're not even in this struggle with me. So it's like,
Exactly.
so for you to feel uncomfortable, I just need you to take a second to imagine how I feel.
Exactly.
Like,
When you
that
in
should
it
be-
every day.
With
That
me.
should be
Like,
so difficult when you're trying to express that to someone that just doesn't even understand it. And it's just like, I don't even need you to completely understand it. I just need you to get it at the base level so I can get this off my chest, because like I'm walking around with this weight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy because there was I forgot which NBA player it was. I want to say it was Myers Leonard, but I could be wrong. But he was like, yo, at this point, he said, "This times like I'm embarrassed of white privilege," and that was a white person saying that. Like he said, like,
It
yo,
should be.
it's embarrassing, to some of them. But
That's a
then
real
some
statement.
of them,
It should be.
but some of them say like, and it's funny because there's some that do feel embarrassed by it because like they look at everybody equally, but then there's others that like. They're like, oh, that doesn't exist. That's not a thing. That's just something that is made up. But it does exist. Like
I saw a video like a couple hours before we started recording. It was I think in Atlanta when they started doing the curfew. Or was it was Atlanta or Florida? They started doing like the 9 p.m. curfew, and there was like a line of cars.
Yeah,
like the line of cars, and then like the one car had like the 3 white girls in it. Like they let it pass, and they jumped the car with the 2 black kids with like 20 officers that took them out, broke glass and shit.
They like waved, like the white girls in front of them waved at whoever was recording. I saw it right before we got on.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Like, yo, that's crazy.
It's I don't know. And the thing about that, there's so many different factions of black people that have been affected in different ways throughout their lifetimes and had different experiences. So now they come up and are out there protesting. They have different ways of outlet, and I don't think any of them are wrong. Like, no, however you feel like getting the weight off your chest, I can't say you're wrong. I like even if I was like, yo, I wouldn't do it, or I don't agree, or I was like, yo, I wouldn't go about it. I don't care. Do whatever you feel like you got to do to get it off your chest, cuz like I listened to Killer Mike speak. I've listened to Dr. Cornell West speak, and he said that, when he said you try, you fail. No, he said you try again, you fail again, you fail better. And
that's a fact.
Yeah, and basically it's like I'm looking at like the protests of Minneapolis go on, and they're just like burning everything. And then I look at the protests going on in Atlanta, and it's like, all right, they're taking what happened over there, and they're kind of being a little bit more selective of where to put the outrage. And I don't care if you burn shit down. I don't care if you loot whatever you feel like you have to loot. I don't care if you're a part of like the protests that are stopping other people from looting, because again, you got like these little white anarchist kids that just want to get out there and blow shit up and burn shit down and then blame it on the people that are trying to have the peaceful protest and stuff like that. Like I said, there's a lot of factions and a lot of mixed believe that the looting is a form of the protest.
It is.
And whatnot. And I'm like, yo, you believe whatever you believe. My personal thing is, I'm like, yo, loot, burn, do all that stuff. Just pick and choose what you want to do. Like, pick and choose the places you want to burn and shit like that.
All I have to say is, don't touch black businesses. That's it. Just don't touch any black-owned businesses.
That goes against the protest.
Anything else? Fuck it.
I seen this one. It was in Atlanta, and these two, like, they look. I think they're probably in their 20s. 2 black women owned. It was like kind of like a high-end shop, and their shop got ransacked. Like, took everything. They broke through the gate. They had like everything was gone. And like I was on their Instagrams, and it was like, yo, wow. They was like, yo, we had nothing to do with anything, and they just they took everything in the back room, on the floor. Everything. I was like, damn.
There was a fire.
There's also like even with that, like, there are people that are looting and stuff that they don't even care about the issue. They're just doing it just to do. Oh shit!
Yeah, just because. Yeah,
1,000%.
But like there are people that are hurting and are looting just because of that pain, and that's understandable.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's understandable. But my thing is, it's like, there's a difference between going to the obvious, or maybe it's not obvious, the small business that, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there were a lot of people that were pointing out this, like, yo, we have people that are not from our communities coming into our communities,
making a killing,
rioting, and then leaving.
Yeah.
And then we're responsible for building shit up, and that's why I feel like a lot of
That's
celebrities who may have come across the wrong way are coming from, or not. I can't speak for them, but my thing was, it's like, yo, yeah, burn down the Gucci's and the Louis Vuittons and all these people where a couple months ago they were putting out products with little black faces on them and shit like that. I'm like, I have no problem with that. Burn down the Target corporations and shit like that
H&M.
that overwork and underpay the black people. Go ahead. Like, I have no issue with that. But then it's like, also leave the pharmacies and stuff like that, because when this is over, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, and you got to get your little prescription filled from your baby that got asthma and stuff like that, and that's the closest one to you. Maybe leave that one alone. But I know not everyone shares that thought. So it's not like I can,
also don't do that with a supermarket.
Exactly. So it's not like I can make that.
People are attacking supermarkets. Like, of all
I haven't
places.
seen it, but I'd believe it. I mean, Target's a supermarket.
Everything.
Yeah, but like,
yeah, they also got TVs, so I get that.
They also exactly. Imagine they just like ransack the whole shit, but like the whole grocery side is just like pristine.
It's yeah, right.
Then I was just
like, people need this right now.
Yeah, then I was just like, all right, cool. Like, I would,
shout out to you.
I would. Yeah,
I seen one. It was like a case of like Rolexes from the jewelry store, and like everybody was just wilding, grabbing all the Rolexes.
I can't say that I feel sorry for that, because I know what it's like to go inside those stores and get followed, or just looked at weird, or just like all these questions.
Ultimately,
so like,
for me, I'm just like, that's just ours. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Blood diamonds.
It's like they built this country on our backs. If we take shit that they think belongs to them, it really belongs to us. I don't give a fuck about them.
Yep.
Yeah, that I can agree with that idea, until it trickles down. It's like, oh, who owns this? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you could say that, but then it's like, oh, what if that jewelry store is black owned and all that stuff? Or what if that see, so it's like, yes, I agree, but at the same time, but I was like, but we're also now coming up and owning things now, and we're kind of just like fucking it up a little bit. But again, I'm not outwardly stopping anyone. I'm not outwardly condemning anyone for doing it. Or there's just like, I'm not telling anyone who got boots on the ground how to mourn or how to like outlet their anger, because I too have been in positions where it's just like I felt wrong, or someone's done something like very thing to me, and the only thing I saw was red. So imagine you're out there in front of the people that like are causing this, and you could do something, and it's a lot. It's
that's
just like a big thing.
Like that's like Tory Lanez was saying something about that earlier. He was like telling like, yo, like
the celebrities and shit.
The celebs, like, yo, y'all need to stop telling people who are protesting or whatever, doing whatever they're doing, that they're wrong.
Yeah, he's like, yo, if you're not out there without your security and all that stuff,
I know,
get the fuck up, because at the end of the day, you still got money.
Said some shit, and off of that, like, I don't even remember what it was, but I just remember I was just like, yo, I don't fuck with you no more, and I fucked with you since before you were even cool, bro.
Like, he said, don't fight violence. He was like, yo, love, no thing. But I'm like, yo, that dude smoked so much fucking weed, and he's such a fucking hippie. Like,
which one was worse, his comment or
Shamik Moore's comment is way worse?
Or there was one more.
Way worse.
You ain't even let him say who he was.
It was
just like, yo, just in case you were going there, bro, just so you know.
What about Lil Wayne's comments?
I don't. What did Lil Wayne say?
Lil Wayne basically said the same thing that he's always said, like the last time this stuff was brought up, where he didn't say. He says we have to take some blame for things. It wasn't.
Nah, suck a dick,
like,
bro.
He's like, you gotta take a step back and like.
No, I don't.
It was.
Nah.
I can't accurately
keep going, Chris.
Quote it. I can't accurately.
I would tell you where he's wrong, but keep going.
But the thing is, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, you just seem unaware of how people that look like you, but on our level,
I don't fault them in like 100%, maybe like 80%, because
80.
they haven't been regular black people for a very long time.
Very long time.
Since 14.
So they don't completely understand what's happening in the world. They haven't encountered white people that say stupid shit to them, not even knowing that they're being racist. I'm talking about the white people that are actually cool, but are saying shit because like their fathers and mothers and cousins and brothers and whoever have taught them that it's okay to say these things to black people. And like, yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. But they're saying shit like, oh, you're one of the good ones. Punch that nigga in the mouth.
Right.
But they haven't encountered that because they're Wiz Khalifa, they're Lil Wayne, they're whoever else that's famous and has 1,000,001 fans. But as a regular person that has their boots on the ground, that's dealing with every white person that thinks they can say and do whatever the fuck that they're doing every single day, that's just not flying with me.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta swallow that shit because your job may depend on it, or your livelihood may depend on it. So you just have to like eat that frustration and just let it build.
Because I remember when I was working retail and this white dude said some shit to me, and like I remember being young and not processing it in that moment, but processing it later on. And once that happens, it's like you can't do anything about it because it's like it's 3 weeks later and you just look crazy.
Somebody got to get that smoke.
But now you're just walking around with that, and you can't even say anything to him about it because now you're just acting crazy at your job.
Yeah,
and you need that money to survive.
And you know, no matter what, they're just gonna look at you as the crazy black dude.
Yeah.
But it's all shit.
One of the things Wayne said, he said, and if we want to place the blame on anybody, it should be ourselves for not doing more than what we think.
Yeah,
that's where I say go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you're just right. Yeah, like, you're just unaware.
Don't fucking talk to me about anything because you don't know what the fuck is going on out here.
Yeah. But so now I'm
sad again. Nah, bro. No but.
I wasn't saying but in his situation.
Like just your butt was like, let's move past that. But fuck him.
Yeah.
Now let's move past that.
One of the things that surprised me this weekend, I mean, it was like a little surprise, but like the way the NYPD has been handling this weekend, like I knew they were like pieces of shit, but I didn't know they were pieces of shit like this.
Lose.
Like,
no,
but
on,
like,
bro.
They took it to a whole nother level this weekend.
That's just what they do.
I know, but like, come on, son.
This is just like them doing what they normally do, except the rest of the world can see it. Like the only times in my life where I've looked down the barrel of a gun and been like, damn, I might die. It's NYPD.
Yeah, I know.
And the time the nigga went, there that nigga go? And you had to run inside the train station. The only reason you just stared down the barrel was because he was running away.
Was already the train station.
That's not for me.
Oh man! I seen the new. I think it was the New Hampshire police force where they
got to be wild. Racist.
They were walking with the. They were walking with the protesters. The sheriff was out there and everything. He's like, yo, we all gonna walk together.
Was that the sheriff that put down like his baton and all?
That one. Was it New
Hampshire? Thought that it might not have been, but if it was, whatever. Like,
shout out to the cops that actually fucking doing that.
Oh, this isn't the podcast to come to for facts.
New Haven, New Haven. That's what it was. That's what.
Yeah, I've seen the Connecticut. I've seen some of them join in New Jersey. I've seen cops in Queens. They're posting pictures, Neil and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's all great,
but still, fuck all of them. That's where I'm at.
It comes. Like, yeah, those gestures are nice. Those gestures are welcome. It would have been great if those gestures were spread majority throughout your whole system, throughout counties, states, and all that stuff. But I know it's not. I know the ones that are kneeling and all that stuff do not take away from the bad ones that are doing what they're doing.
Like, me, it's like
it doesn't really hit hard for me.
All that shit is cute and I appreciate it, and I love the gesture, but I know you're still changing your clothes in the locker room with the dude that beat the shit out of a black guy just because they saw him and they assumed he did some shit, and you're looking that injustice in the face every day, and he's talking about it, laughing about it, and even if you're not comfortable with it, you're changing your clothes and not saying shit, and that's just as bad to me.
Yeah. 1,000%.
That, like, people saying like, oh, not all cops are bad. All cops change in the same locker room. So if they're standing arm in arm, hand in hand with the bad ones and not saying shit,
and they know everybody's
just as
dirty
bad
laundry.
as they are.
Yeah, they know everybody's dirty laundry. There's no excuse. Like, no, cops can't be surprised at what's going on. Like, they've been knowing behind the scenes before we knew.
Yeah. Did you ever watch? You ever watch 7 Seconds?
No,
Nah,
that sounds familiar.
It's with Regina Hall.
That's the Jersey City show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that one.
Yeah, it's really good, and it kind of like I was watching like maybe a couple weeks ago, and it kind of ties into like this type of like arena, and it got me tight watching it. It's only one season. It's like 8 episodes. I think it's short.
I might run that this week then.
You know how bad and fucked up shit has to be for Corey Wise to come out of his apartment in the sky to come down to protest with the people and stuff like that in Harlem.
Wow.
Like, that shit is rough. And that man has been through more than anybody could ever imagine.
Oh my gosh.
And he's still like just coming out. And like, that's the kind of weight that I'm talking about. That's just like, it's anytime something like this happens, anytime I leave the house, anytime I'm like, oh, yo, today could very well be the day. There's not a day where that kind of shit doesn't cross my mind. And I'm like, yo, this is far from normal. These shouldn't be thoughts that should be going through my head. Yeah. And when it's not just me that has these thoughts, and it's a majority of people that look like me and stuff like that, there's a problem there. Like Marcell was saying, like all these gestures of kneeling and walking with the process, that's cool. But I've been around the block a couple of times to know that the news cycle moves pretty fast, and in 2 weeks, shit is gonna go back to normal, and it's not gonna change. Those gestures that they were doing today and these past couple of days with these protesters isn't going to make an overall change and dent. Because if it was, and if it did, shit would have been different a long time ago.
Yeah.
To me, this is just a repetitive thing that's playing over and over with different players in the seats.
Do you think it's making a little bit of traction though? Do you think like
it makes traction? I was talking to my friend the other day, and we were talking about like this proverbial needle that like shifts back and forth, and it's like, yes, on the smaller scale, depending on where you are, who you are, who's around you, and what you're doing in life. For you personally, the needle could move in a better direction. But on the grand scheme, anytime something like this happens, the needle goes back. Like, it doesn't matter what system like you're looking at. You could look at like our government. I've been alive 28 years. I've been able to vote for 10. I've seen various combinations of judges, senators, congressional men, presidents, and all that stuff. But yet the same actions on the day-to-day level that I live has not changed at all. From Sean Bell, the first person I could actually remember seeing on the front of a newspaper, to George Floyd today, it hasn't changed. There's nothing that's changed for me. So it's like, yeah, we could say that we've made progress, but have we made progress? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like very muddy.
The craziest thing for me is like, I've seen so many people on social media talking about Governor Cuomo saying the things that he said, like, oh, I stand with the protesters, and naming all of the black people that have been murdered by the NYPD, and nothing has happened to them. And they're just like, yeah, like Cuomo's taking a stand. I'm just like, no, the fuck he's not. because he's the
Just-
governor, and these people are being murdered in the state that he governs, and he can name all of them, and nothing has fucking happened to them. It's his job to make sure that something happens to him, and nothing has. But he can tell you all of their names, and you're standing behind him sucking his dick. Shut the fuck up.
They came up with a term for him over the year. What they called him, like homosexual. That's like a
No, you're right.
a thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I might put that on a shirt. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That was first time I seen it, it almost took me out.
That's wow.
Pretty funny.
But yeah, like people ask me, like, oh yeah, how you holding up and blah blah blah, stuff like that, because they see the things that I post.
Yeah.
And it like basically, I don't have anything substantial to tell them. It's just like it's
What
basically
can't
like,
you
yo,
tell them?
dog. Yeah, it's like, yo, dog. I've been living with this paranoia and this stress for so long. I've kind of just learned how to deal with it, like in small, like easy doses. And it's like when you look at it, take a step back, you look at it. It's not good at all, but I'm living with it. Like I'm just living. I tell him, I was like, yo, my goal when I leave the house every day is to just make it back home, and I'm cool. Like I don't have much to contribute to that.
It's different. Like when even back when I was in high school, I was thinking about like we was 16, 17. I didn't start driving until I was out of high school, but towards the end, towards like junior, senior year, like, a lot of the white boys had started driving to school. And when they was driving, they would do the, what do they call it? Driver's ed. And then they'd get their like junior license or whatever early. Yo, they'd be driving Benzes to school. Like driving Benzes. I'm taking a bus. We taking a bus. They're driving Benzes. Can you imagine like me or another black kid driving a Benz in high school?
17.
Like, if they get pulled over, it's no problem.
Dog,
that's license and registration.
But if we get pulled over, the car's stolen.
What you got in the car?
Right.
That's our question.
Yeah. So
I learned that shit from Fresh Prince, episode 3, 4.
Yeah.
I went to Palm Springs.
I haven't been pulled over since I've gotten a car, but I do worry about it because I know who I am and how I react to things.
Yeah.
And like I'm not going to handle that the way that I should if I'm trying to stay alive. I'm gonna handle that the way that I just handle things. Like it's hard for me to swallow my pride and just act like a bitch so I don't get shot by someone that's just afraid of me because that's the color of my skin.
The only thing I could suggest in that situation that I've done, since like this shit has been going down, like if you get anytime I've gotten pulled over, as soon as I get pulled over, I already reach in my pocket to have my registration and license in my hand. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't even have to speak to me like that. Like I just hand it over, and he goes back and he does his thing, and hopefully it's a clean stop or whatever. Because there has been times I've been wilding out on the road and gotten pulled over.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a dude saying like how to handle dealing with being pulled up by police without like making them nervous and like have anything go left. And it's nuts to me that I saved that just in case. It's nuts to me that I watched that multiple times just in case. There was
the kid that invented the little sticky joint that you just put on the window, where you don't even have to roll your window down. You just have your license and registration on a little pocket in like a little sleeve that sticks on the window so they can see everything. I don't know how well that's gonna go in New York, because like I said, from state to state that shit changes and stuff like that. Like when I got pulled over, 17, 8, no, probably like 19, 20 years old. It was 3 undercovers that no matter what I said, as soon as I pulled over, they told me to turn the key off, throw the shit out the window, and then I still got pulled out the car. And then to get searched by 3 dudes, and when I have someone else with me, it's a crazy thing. So it's like you're shaking. Yeah. Do you like, yo, is it? Am I going to jail? Am I gonna die? What did I do? I know I didn't do nothing. How do they think I do? And all these things are rushing through your head as they're asking you questions. So now you're stalling, and in their mind, you sounded guilty. So now you thinking it's like, yo, am I coming off guilty? Oh my God, this is making it worse on me.
Yeah.
It's just a slew of just craziness. And I'm like, when they say protect and serve, this shit I don't feel protected or served.
Not protecting you, so
I don't feel
your-
either.
Your anxiety literally goes through. I remember one time I was parked. This is when I had the black Beamer. I was parked, and all of a sudden, like a police car was flying by, and then like they backed up, and I was like, oh God. I had just gotten to the car, and I was texting like right before I took off, and then once I seen them pass by, and I'm like, yo, they're gonna back up. They backed up, and then they both got out, and then he was like, oh, I smell the weed coming out your car. And he's like, oh, I'm like, what? First of all,
even smoke, bro.
First of all, it was winter. Second of all, my windows were up. How are you
going
to
even smoke?
I don't even smoke. Like,
windows not even fogged up. It's
windows
like,
not even fogged up. You can't. How are you gonna smell something that's windy outside, like, and it's cold?
Yeah.
What are you gonna smell?
Your windows are rolled up.
Am I?
Yo.
And his
And
windows.
you sped by.
And his windows are rolled up.
Yeah.
There's mad barriers in between.
I was like, yo, your nose got to be like some really good.
Scooby, that you?
This nigga's bloodhound.
Yeah.
And then so
Part
they
of the canine
they
unit.
kept trying to say it, and then the other partner looked at him. He was like, yo, let's go.
Yeah, like
And I
for
was
me,
like,
every
what was the point of
every
that?
time I got stopped by the cops, it wasn't like anything I did, and like that seeing the shit in the news is like these people like get like hurt or killed and everything. It's like it's like a face to them at the end of the day, or like a number. It's like, but at the end of the day, like those people got families. So every time I got stopped, I've been stopped with my wife and my daughter, all that. It's like every time we get stopped or I get stopped, I always wonder like they do realize that like I take care of a lot of people, like not only like them, but like my parents, and it's like, so you take me away, that's like a lot of people's lives you're affecting.
Yeah,
And then the community around that.
And that's just paperwork to them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And it's not like them doing that gets them anything. Like, you still get paid your shitty salary no matter what you do.
Mhm.
I work for the city too. I know how that shit goes. So
Yeah.
like, why do you go so hard? Unless you just like deep down
Unless you
have a hatred against us where like that's what fuels you.
Yeah, you got in the game for the hate.
But the
Instead
thing
of-
Like you just have to get off on the fact that you're fucking someone over.
But you
Yeah.
see,
Because you're so small and so insignificant on your own that you need this to feel like you matter.
I don't think it's fully that. I think it's like you taking a lot of people that were not raised in these areas, have not
Right.
been around these people,
I've been told negative things about these areas.
and then you enter the force and you're literally placed in the worst neighborhoods that you've never been to. You've never been around none of these types of people,
Right.
and
Yeah.
now you're there. So that's when you kind of like have like it's different. Instead of
people who are
it's not like if you take a kid from Roslyn Heights and you put him in Mineola, like that's gonna fit in. But it's like you take a kid that was from Roslyn Heights and he's in
He's
Southside
a
Jamaica,
left rack or something.
or he's in left rack. Yeah, like so I think that
Yeah.
adds to it also. Like when you look at back in the day, even when you used to watch movies from like the 70s and the 80s or whatever, and it was like a cop that became a cop and he was from that neighborhood.
Yeah, I know
Those
that
people's on
the best.
yeah, tell kids like, oh, you better get in the house before I tell your mom, whatever, and he'll name her, like stuff like that. Like I feel like that definitely has changed things over the certain amount of years.
Yeah, because you take a kid from the suburbs and make him a cop, and he's in the middle of Jamaica, Queens, and people are shouting at each other from across the block. But that's how they talk. Like he start his anxiety cut up. He come out the car with a gun. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like when they're just
He's like,
talking.
yo, what does that
Yes.
mean? It's just like
Yeah.
it doesn't
just
mean anything dangerous
anything.
for you. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
that's just
until
the culture.
you're the one making it dangerous when you're present.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're just letting everyone else in the area know that you're here. That's what
Yeah.
it means.
Yeah.
It's but I don't know.
Or even just talking,
I-
like, yo, like you're like that, just
You're-
yelling, you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck's going on?
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
I don't know, man. Like I pray for change. I pray for the well-being of people that look like me. I pray for peace of mind and all these things. But
what do you think will
I-
change this
more of this,
in the long term?
more of
I've
this.
actually been thinking about like, what would it take for like everybody to just leave. Like people that don't want, like people that quote unquote shouldn't be here to leave, and then this country would just suffer. Like, what would it take for that to happen? Because at the end of the day, I don't think coexisting with people that hate us is ever gonna work out.
You just get rid of the people that hate you.
I think it'll change when I think
I can't give my opinion on what Chris just said because this is gonna go out to a public platform.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I think it'll change when like white people become the minority.
They already are, James.
Do you really think so?
And
absolutely,
they are in the important parts. Let's say that.
Like in the minority
I'm talking about overall.
Like if we combine all of the minorities against them, they're the real minority.
They're the real minority.
None of the other minorities actually give a fuck about what happens to black people. We're still the minority.
No, I'm saying like when they're officially referred to as the minority. Like
they'll never
in a lot of
spaces
spaces
they still hold all of the positions of power.
I feel like that's when it will change. That's what it would take to change it if they took on that role.
So what needs to happen in order for that to happen is we need other people to take their positions of power.
Exactly.
And that doesn't happen because the system is designed in order for it to not happen.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Which is why we need to rebel against the system. However, like my feelings against like the way we rebel, and not even the way, it's just the actual effect that happens after we rebel is just like I'm at a point now where I'm just confused. Like I don't even know what
you're trying to live in a peaceful world, but I don't think peace is gonna do it. Like we literally have to put all the violence and hate that they put on us towards them, and that's just gonna cause years and decades of pain for everybody.
Like I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that being violent towards them is gonna work. I don't feel like
I don't think
peaceful is gonna work. It's just there needs to be another solution, and I've been sitting here racking my brain trying to figure out what it could be, and I can't.
It could also just be time. Like I said, we're not
like
that
how
far
much
removed.
more
It
time?
can't be time.
How much more?
No, but we're not that far removed.
Of time.
In the grand scheme of things, we haven't.
Well, that's true.
There were 400 years of slavery. How much more time do we need for them to realize what they're doing is fucked up?
Lou is saying it wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago. In the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that time. So maybe in let's say in 1,000 years, we don't know how you was going to look.
Not going to be around in 1,000 years.
I might be around for that.
It might not.
Listen,
I might be around.
Max.
I've been on this planet for 29 years. Chris has been on it for 27, 28. It didn't take me that long to realize being fucked up towards other people because of the color of their skin is fucked up. Like, how much more time do they need?
That's the way you were raised.
Yeah.
We got
because I was raised by
where
decent human beings. We got to get to a point where everyone's a decent human being. That's not going to happen.
It's true.
It's never going to happen. There's never going to be a point in time where every person living on this planet is good.
I asked myself this question driving back to Jersey today. It was like, we all grew up with movies and TV shows where we knew who the bad people were and like how they acted. And yet like people still grew up to be those people. Like, what the fuck happened?
Oh, you gotta say that again because when you got to the good part, you froze, and I was like, "Yo, is he doing this for dramatic effect?" And it was like, "Nah."
I was about to say some anti-white people shit just because Lewis froze.
No, I was saying the TV shows and movies we grew up watching, we like you could tell who the bad people were just the way they were and how they treated people, and yet people still grow up to be those people. So it's like, what happened?
Yeah,
what happened there? Because as kids, you could put a kid, you could play a movie for a kid, and they'll tell you who the bad guy is. The people who fucking enslaving all the Indian people and burning down the fucking villages, and then half of them motherfuckers will grow up to be the same people.
Yeah, circumstances. I don't know. It's that's a harder one to tell because as much as I know what you're talking about, once that movie ends and stuff like that, you got to go back to real life. And then if you have someone that's looking over you and all that stuff, badgering certain things in your head, then it's crazy. Like, it's kind of like you can grow up in an abusive household and there are many circumstances where the person that was being abused grows up to be an abuser. There's also there's circumstances where people grow up and they were like, yo, I've been abused so much, I never want to subject someone else that I say that I love to this. And they change. I don't necessarily know who or what comes into their like life at what point that then determines how they move forward, but I know that those two separate paths exist. Yo, I just bodied that fucking sentence. Oh my God.
Nah, you kind of ruined it just now.
Yeah, by saying that you bodied it.
It's just one of those tricky things, man, where it's again, it's like no matter how much you rack your brain up and try to like run the numbers and run the scenarios and take your experiences and apply it and try to relate it, no matter what, there's too many different things going on, and unfortunately it's leading down to the same path, and the only thing you can do is hope and persevere and push forward and hope that you survive and collect more information to then pass it along to either the future generations or people more capable. And that's
where I run into an issue, because I'm kind of tired of hoping and praying and wishing for things. Like I'm at a point now where it's just like I feel a certain way, and if other people don't agree with the way that I feel, I just don't fuck with you anymore.
That's I can't blame you
for
that
definitely
either.
can't blame you for
A
that.
thing that I said to my mother the other day that really bothered me was I'm at a point now where I'm trying to deal with the fact that their hatred towards people that look like me is making me develop a hatred for them. And I've never been that kind of person. But in a matter of days, I've gotten to a point where I legitimately look at white people and get disgusted. That's not who I want to be, because I know not every white person feels that way.
Yeah.
But I'm also at a point where it's like, it's not my job to decipher who's good and who's not. Fuck all of you.
But on the other side of the spectrum, that's how it's felt, that some of them are like, all black people are the same.
Right.
Exactly.
They're turning me into them.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I don't like. Because I've always been like, I've been chill with everybody. Like, I need you as a person to show me that I can't fuck with you. But now I'm at a point where it's just like, if you're not black, I don't fuck with you until you give me a reason to. And that's a complete opposite way of the way I was raised. It's like there's a level of hatred that the world has given me that's just been unlocked due to recent events. And I'm really trying not to do that. And I'm fucking failing.
It's like with them, it's like there's terminology that they use towards us that we don't have terminology that's equivalent, that hits the same. Like when we say something about a white person, it just doesn't hit. Like like the term cracker. That's doesn't
like,
hit.
It's funny.
It doesn't hit.
Me.
It's
but
funny.
Like,
it doesn't
like
have the same feel.
You can say cracker to your white friends and they know it's a joke, but the second they say nigga, you looking at them like
it doesn't. You know what I mean? They don't have that. Like calling a black person a thug has a different.
Saying anything about black people if you're white just makes me look at you different.
It just does not.
Yeah, like telling us if you don't vote for you, we're not black.
Yeah.
Listen,
bro, listen. Don't talk to me about politics, because y'all know me.
No, I know. We tend not to talk about politics in this podcast, but the shit that's been going on in the world lately, crazy.
Like
you heard T.I.'s
No.
Nah, you didn't hear about
Let's
that?
just not do that out of respect for Tip. Out of respect for Tip. Let's just not go there.
The last time we had a podcast, yo, sitting in a room with me and y'all were listening to me say like, yo, T.I. is legitimately one of my favorite rappers of all time. And then he said, this is Wakanda. And I was like, I take that shit back.
Nah.
Never mind.
He's going to sue Trump. Yo, he's going to sue Trump.
He also said Atlanta's Wakanda. Like,
good luck.
Listen,
is he wrong?
Trump beat a child rape lawsuit.
James, he's wrong.
What does T.I. think he's gonna do? Trump's out here like, oh, I raped children and no one caught me and I'm the president now. Like, what do you think you're gonna do, bro?
No, he's gonna sue him because he used his song. You can't use my song.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, good luck with that. But like, as far as the Wakanda statement, you know what it is? It's like people seem to like, oh, when that happened, they kind of like turned on him, and I'm like, I get the sentiment of what he was saying.
We all
and all
do,
that stuff.
but
it's time and place.
You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, it's time and place, bro.
You know this, Chris.
Yeah,
You're a really
maybe.
good guy. I'm realizing how much of a nice guy you are right now.
Yeah, right. It's
But
wild,
you know
right?
deep down inside, like,
You know
shouldn't have
why?
said that.
You know, no, wait. You know why I have to be a good guy when certain people say certain things like this? Because it's like, I've seen T.I. on the front line of marches way before. I've seen him bail out, put people on, do reform and stuff
Absolutely.
like that.
Yes,
so
he
to
has
see
expeditiously.
right.
That's what I said. Out of respect for Tip.
So to see the amount of people turn on him and call him stupid and say we don't need that, to me, that's disrespectful over a word where I know that many of these same people understood that same sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, now you turn around, you're turning on the same resources that could very well damn well like help you in your community and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, yo, he said it. You know what the fuck he meant. If you want to make it memes, make it memes, but don't fucking now like
Don't
turn
disrespect
away
them.
on the nigga. Yeah, don't in this aspect. If you want to talk about what he got going on at home and all that stuff and how that's something totally completely different from than what's applicable here.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where I come from on it. But the memes were funny. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying.
We always
let's not disrespect Tip, but that
memes
shit,
are funny.
he shouldn't have said that because that shit was hilarious. Like,
Shouldn't have.
out of all the words, this is Wakanda, nigga. Like, come on.
The funniest part to me is like I kept seeing Killer Mike speak, and I've really fucked with Killer Mike's speech.
He's a beautiful speaker.
Just because I've always fucked with Killer Mike, and I've been following Killer Mike for so many years, and I'm at the point where I'm just like, if Killer Mike ran for office, like he's got my vote just off the strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he didn't want it though, but
absolutely. Like,
I don't,
who would?
Yeah.
But the whole time I was like, well, T.I. is there. How come we're not hearing T.I.'s speech? And then I did. I was like, oh, okay, that's why. Like, I get it.
Killer Mike and T.I. campaign would be fire.
That would be fire.
I don't know, because Killer Mike's gonna come on saying something fire. T.I.'s gonna be on right before that saying something. We just go,
That's what it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of fun yet.
I am.
But all right. But yo, we've been running 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Hey, they haven't gotten
us
us for 3 months.
For this.
They gonna get this podcast. They gonna get this work.
I just want to get out of here before something terribly goes wrong with like.
Chris really has to pee.
I do, but like more so the
2 hours.
connection and it's been like 30 minutes.
Chris is
like when I try to get out of here before, and then it was like, yo, let's talk about what's going on in the world. I was like, I can't get up and walk away now. And we sat here for like 15 minutes.
That would have been a wild exit.
Dog, I was about to pee inside this fucking mug.
You should have. It looked like beer.
Nah.
Y'all saw me get up and go to the bathroom and come back.
Yeah, but Chris is in the dark. He would have tripped on something.
Yeah, I can't do that now. During the real speech,
he get tripped by the cat. The cat trip you.
Facts.
I can see that happening.
And like as always, guys, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at duckjordan_. Please, if you have any resources or any links, or if you just want to help talk me through this bullshit that's going out in the world, feel free to hit me up, man. I'm very. There's a lot going on. I'm very
there's too much going on.
I'm very open to exchange of information right now. Even if you just like want to send me like a virtual hug and shit like that, because don't touch me. If you want to send me like a virtual hug,
6 feet,
that shit is lit.
6
yeah,
feet.
not just like
50,
whatever.
100 feet.
Yeah, 6 miles. Just send it through DuckJordan_, Instagram and Twitter. I just want to let everybody know that's like of the Black community that I love y'all. I want y'all to be safe.
Facts.
And all that stuff. And like it's I want to say it's gonna get better. I can't promise you that's gonna get better, but man, maybe you could hear that and just like run with it in your very own special way. it's my hope that it gets better for everybody out there. I don't know who wants to go next. Who is this?
I'll go next.
There
As
you
always,
go.
you can find me on
Lewis.
Instagram and Twitter at Lewis the Designer. That's LUIS. The best way to spell Lewis.
Lewis the Designer.
Yeah,
That
y'all
shit threw me
fucked that
all the way to
all
fuck
up.
off. No, he threw me all the way to fuck off with that.
Yeah, that's
Lewis at Lewis the Designer. But
There you
yeah,
go.
world is fucked up, but we back. We're gonna start doing this weekly. Give you guys at least a couple hours of escape from everything that's happening. So stay tuned.
yeah, word.
Thanks. I mean,
yeah.
you can find me at JUST_Jivimus. That's JVMES. Ooh, I did that flawlessly.
Yeah, because nobody interrupted you, nigga.
Nobody.
I forgot your ad name.
Well,
I don't be at James.
At that,
He just
but-
be there.
But yeah, I'll just be there. But yeah, like I said, there's so much going on in the world. I need all my black people out there not to let it. I mean, it's. I can't even say don't let it bother you too much because like that's not even.
No, let it bother you, but
yeah,
stay,
it's just
stay true.
Don't
to
let
who
it
you are.
consume your being.
Yeah.
exactly. Don't
There
you
you
know?
go.
Don't go crazy over
Right.
it. You know, it's like
Yeah, that fine. You know what I'll say right before we get to Marcel? I'll say that in times like this, I would say find your pockets of peace. There you go. I would say it's okay to put the phone down, to step away from social media because it is a lot. I would also say it's okay to pick your phone up and reach out to somebody that you like hearing from, if it helps you take your mind off something. It's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to feel stressed. It's okay to feel this weird, toxic concoction of fucked up feelings that everybody's feeling. But it's also okay to do the things that make you feel okay, and it's okay to escape for a little bit. But yeah, Marcel.
You can find me everywhere at DRUM_FU.
man.
2 albums coming
yeah.
out, son. 2 albums.
The way he had to zone back in.
Yeah, like, I zoned out for a minute because I've been thinking about, life. So
Hey,
if you wanna
yes.
hit me up and like you need help processing anything, I'm here for you. If you want to help me process anything, I'm going through it just like you are. I'm
Y'all want to send me some chicken?
lost and confused
That's
just like
racist.
you are, and yeah, like I don't even really know what to say.
Atomic wings. I've been eating a lot of atomic wings. The lemon pepper
And you've been in the bathroom
on
a lot.
Jericho.
It's
Yo.
not that good, bro.
No, you probably go to the one on Hillside.
I do. It's
I
close.
go to the one on Jericho Turnpike.
I hope it's
Yeah.
better than the
You
one
gotta
on
go to the one-
Hillside.
Wait, Chris, have
I-
you been to the one on Hillside?
No, because
Maybe
I
that's-
know about the one on Jericho.
Ah,
Son, they got the little lemon pepper joints, right?
Woo.
You get the little
Lemon
5-piece
pepper's a
lunch
little
combo
overrated.
with the.
I'ma
That's
keep it a bean.
fine. That's fine. But I like dry seasoning. I don't like the wet joints. I like dry seasoning for my
I like it
wings.
wet.
Yeah.
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that.
yeah, he does.
Yeah, but they give you see in the flyer they say GMO free, but the wings that they give you is a little too thick for it to be GMO free, and that's okay with me. Them shits.
You don't know what a
Hey.
GMO is.